nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind.
Georgia and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast for Flippin' Friday, July the 12th, 2013. Welcome to the Dog House, the Nut House, or whatever house you prefer. We're in adjacent downtown Macon, Georgia, right here with Irv, Ed, and DB, yours truly right here. It's 8:06 a.m. right now in Macon, Georgia with 73 degrees. It's really cloudy outside with a high of 84 and a low of 71. So there will be some scattered showers and thunderstorms. In fact, there may be a flash flood watch. There hasn't been
we've been soaked
for the past 2 weeks.
We need a boat.
Yeah,
that's a shock.
Unfreaking believable. Oh, I see a little sun peeking out of there.
Yeah, that's for Wednesday. Hopefully it'll be
Hump
sunny.
day.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's good to have you all with us. Even though there's only one guy on, I think. DS.
Good morning, DS.
Good morning, DS. And you just went out.
Yeah, I've just refreshed. I refreshed.
And,
refreshing?
Yes.
Very refreshing.
Yes.
By the way, DS, just want to let you know, if you want to phone and call in, you can do that. But if not, one of the things that I wanted to make sure was that you and Derek spoke so that you guys can nail down the trip to North Carolina.
Yes.
Right? And how's that going?
That's going to be well. I printed up the script that the lines I have to learn for the commercial. So I got the call back yesterday. Got an email. And they got me cast as the dad. So I guess today they're going to figure out who's going to play my wife and kids. So then I have to drive back a third time next week, Wednesday, to see if, to actually film it.
Cool. Good morning, Vorpal. Good to have you. So early in the morning. I guess 8:07 is 7 minutes past normal when we should be up time.
Yeah.
By the way, I like thanks. Lacey wants to stay here since her friends from Charlotte are coming here for a visit mañana.
Oh, tomorrow.
Okay, well, that's a change. That's cool. Godspeed. Godspeed to you, too.
Thank you.
Coming from you, who says he doesn't believe in God, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
But good speed. Good speed to you. Godspeed to you as well.
We need speed.
All right, good to know. Anyway, a lot going on in town. There's a new skating. I know it's just an expression. There's a new skateboard park that's coming out. That is a job speed. That is being proposed. for the city, for Central City Park. And I don't know if you know Buffalo. Buffalo, I guess his name is Buffalo. That's what they call him. He's a young man who owns a lot of bikes, and one of them is a multicolored bike. He's got a lot of tattoos. Very skinny kid with glasses. You know him?
Not really.
No. Well, he's pretty big in town. Good morning, Michelle Stacy. Good to have you. Anyway, they're building the skateboard park, and I'll find the story, but it's really going to add something for the kids to do, and I'm sure it's going to also add something either for the medical center or the Coliseum with broken legs and arms. So everybody makes good.
Right.
The hospitals make money, and of course the kids have fun skateboarding.
Yeah.
In this new park. So, what the hell? I mean, they could be worse things, no?
Yeah, I think you'd probably had to choose between building a new skate park or a whole lot more crime than the actual.
Yeah, then it's happening.
Yeah,
Well, they said accordingly that crime has gone down, and I could bring that story up. It's somewhere, I believe, on Macon.com. Or is it on News Central? I always forget. Yeah, it is. It's on News Central. And they say that the crime has fallen. Youth homicide rate hit its lowest mark in years. And it says, health officials say the homicide rate for older children and young adults has hit the lowest point in at least 3 decades. In 2010, the homicide rate for victims ages 10 to 24 was down more than half compared to 1993. That was during the explosion of crime tied to crack cocaine. The government reports released Thursday echoes earlier findings about a national decline in murders and other crimes in the last 2 decades. Youths account for about a third of homicide victims. Researchers for the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention went back to 1981 and found youth homicide rates declined across the board in males, females, whites, blacks, and Hispanics. However, declines have slowed in the last 10 years.
Wow.
So, although they're slowing down in terms of decline, which probably means they're going up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe they're just stabilizing.
Possibly.
Who the hell knows? But the Macon Police Department did say the crime was down.
Okay.
And this kind of adds some foundation to that. But we still have crime going on, folks. That's never going to go away. At least not in my lifetime. And Derek, you have a story. Why don't you bring that up?
Yes, it's about.
This is a current story that occurred. And by the way, I was staying in that hotel before I moved here. At the
the Zodiac?
Yeah, the Zodiac killing.
Zodiac Lounge.
Yeah, Zodiac Lounge. They changed the name. It was something like Riverside Lounge or something.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
go ahead,
yeah. There have been arrests made at Zodiac Lounge shootings. 3 people have been arrested, and 5 others are being sought in a fatal shooting at the Zodiac Lounge in the early morning hours of July 5th, last Friday.
Yeah.
The Macon Police Major Charles Stone said Thursday last night that evidence collected at the scene and interviews with witnesses indicated a fight broke out inside the club about 3:30 a.m. The fight was broken up by bouncers who threw people out of the club. Some men re-entered the club and began shooting. The shooting spilled out into the parking deck adjacent to the club. Killed in the shooting was Jamani Bland, 17, who had the candlelight vigil.
Yeah.
Had the vigil yesterday.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that as well.
3 other men, Dion Davis, Andre Bonner, and Stephen Ballou, were shot and are receiving treatment at local hospitals. Stone said further investigation revealed enough probable cause to obtain arrest warrants on Tuesday, July 9th, earlier this week. 3 of the 6 suspects were arrested. Andre Maurice Bonner, 30 years of age, one of the men shot in the incident, and Miranda Victoria Pettyway, 27 of Macon, who was arrested in Houston County yesterday. Keo Latrice Johnson, 30, with 13 previous arrests, turned herself into police Thursday afternoon yesterday. Bonner was charged with murder, criminal attempt to commit murder, and participation in criminal street gang activity. This is Bonner's 32nd arrest in Bibb County since March of 2000.
Wow.
Pettyway was charged with participation in a criminal street gang activity, criminal attempt to commit murder, and felony murder. This is Pettyway's 9th arrest in Bibb County.
Now, this was, how old was the kid?
That was killed, 17.
Yeah, now my question is, what the hell is he doing in a club at that age?
That's true. That's a good question. And why?
He's a minor.
And why these people had to kill a minor? These
And
are
all these
whole
people.
a whole
my
decade.
God, what the hell was he?
I know. They're like a whole decade older.
Like a whole gang.
Yeah, 27, 28, and one was 30.
Yeah, and those are the 3 that were caught.
Yes.
That were caught. There's still 2 others on the lam. There were 5 people, I believe, involved in this.
Yes. Actually, the warrant says that Pettyway, let's see, the arrest warrant states that Pettyway served as the getaway driver for Bonner, who police say shot 17-year-old Jamani Bland 5 times at close range with a handgun, which made him mortally wounded.
Yeah.
The warrant also states Pettyway was the driver of the man who shot Deon Davis 8 times. The warrant says Pettyway and the 2 men are affiliated with a street gang called Mafia. Like, sheesh. Wow.
What's it called?
Mafia. Yeah, how original. A gang called Mafia.
Mafia. Brother.
That's like eating a bowl of cereal named Cereal. Jeez. Oh,
I'm buying you cereal called cereal.
Yeah, I know.
Better than Cheerios.
You ain't gonna see a commercial on that. That's for sure. The
Anyway.
MPD is trying to locate 5 more suspects. They are Jennifer, like Jennifer, I guess.
Yeah,
Jennifer.
yeah.
Jennifer Denard Barnwell.
Maybe they wanted a girl and wound up with a rotten kid.
Yeah, Jennifer
boy.
Denard Barnwell, age 27, with 10 previous arrests. Arthur Thomas Freeman III, 27, 6 priors. John Michael Hollingshed, 27, with 5 priors. Jimmy Lee Scott III, 29, with 21 previous arrests. And Jarrett Duran Taylor, 27, with 8 priors. Anyone with information about the incident can call Macon Police at 478-751-7500 or the Macon Regional Crime Stoppers at 877-68-CRIME.
Wow. Hey guys, stay on topic, please. Already, you guys are starting to go off topic. We're going to be talking about Zimmerman in a while, but please stay on topic. We're talking about a Zodiac Lounge arrest of a 17-year-old, and we want to be able to read you chatters, but if you guys are talking about something else, we're not going to address it. And once again, I have to really re-emphasize that part of the show is interactive. It's not that you guys go off and veer off in some other conversation. It's very important you do that for the good of the show, okay? Screw the censorship. If you want me to censor you, I can do that. I can do that because after all, there is some censorship on this channel. So I'll just, we're trying to keep in touch with the show. And if you guys are gonna, you guys are gonna do that, then I'll just mute your ass. How's that? Okay, here we go. We got another story, and I want to bring this up because, unfortunately, this guy was hit by a car. He's a fireman, and he was cleaning up, basically, an accident. And this is what occurred. A Macon Bibb firefighter was critically injured while cleaning up a traffic accident in Bibb County Tuesday morning. An accident with injuries occurred around 9:40 a.m. Thursday on 995 northbound near Sardis Church Road. Deputies and firefighters were cleaning up after that accident and left a hand lane on the Toyota Camry driven by 18-year-old Nayev Mohammed Shroof of Warner Robins. Almost hit a deputy and did hit a firefighter. The fireman was taken to the Medical Center of Georgia and is listed in critical condition. His name was not released. That's pretty bad, man.
Yeah,
Don't
really.
you think?
Yeah, really.
I
bad.
mean, here's a guy, he's trying to clean up a mess that somebody else made. And he himself gets in an accident. The question that I had about this story was, why didn't they put up barricades, and why did the police not at least try to veer traffic away from this accident?
Right.
So that's another leering question that needs to be answered.
Very true.
That's
Very
probably
true.
something I'll bring up. You know.
Oh yeah. In other news, I think this is just about agriculture and actually is animal related.
Yeah.
State confiscates starving horses from Macon, Man. This is from WJXA. The Georgia Department of Agriculture confiscates 2 horses from Bibb County man facing animal cruelty charges. According to the Bibb County Sheriff's Office website, Raymond Allison Carlisle of Macon is under arrest charged with 2 counts of cruelty to animals. According to a Bibb County Animal Control Welfare officer at the scene, the Georgia Department of Agriculture is confiscating both horses yesterday morning from the Walden Road property where Carlisle lives.
Yeah.
Carlisle remains in Bibb County Law Enforcement Center on a $19,850 bond.
Yeah. This is terrible because, by the way, you know, during my time with my doggy, right, I got friends left and right now. These animal rescuers are all over my Facebook now, about 30 of them. Mm-hmm. And they all put out the call and even asked me, Irv, is there any place that you could put some of these animals? I'm like, the hell am I going to do with horses and chicken? I mean, you know. And so, yeah, this is pretty bad as far as hoarding animals. The guy said, according to, you know, news reports, that the guy said that he kept finding these animals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what the hell is that all about? If you find an animal, call up Animal Rescue and have somebody who can handle it do it. But he wasn't able to feed them all. They had to put down one of the horses because he had a broken hoof, I guess they call it. Leg, hoof, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a leg or a hoof?
It's a leg.
It's a leg.
Yeah, he had a hoof is like a big toe. Yeah.
It's one big toe, yeah. And, you know, it was just bad news. Bad news. I mean, all these chickens, all these ducks. He had cats. He had well over 100 animals. So guy thought he was, you know, McDonald having a farm.
Yeah. No. Yes. Yeah. Definitely not.
Well, that was good, Derek.
Anyway,
I want to welcome everybody. Let's say hello to DS photo guy, Ellen Macon. Good morning, brother. Ant Killer, Michelle Stacy, I love you, sweetheart. Too much. You're too much.
Mm-hmm.
Hypoopnic. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hydroponic. That's right. Hydroponic. And Siggers. Welcome. And, anyway. So, what? Do you have any other news? I got more news.
Yes,
I got a whole bunch this morning.
The fight between 2 women leaves one stabbed and one in jail.
No, how
says an argument between 2 women.
Nice neighbors.
Wednesday night left one stabbed and another in jail.
Yeah.
The incident happened at a Forest Place home in Bibb County at the Forest Place trailer park around 11 p.m. Wednesday night. According to witnesses, 47-year-old Lisa Martino entered the trailer owned by 23-year-old Camille Gordon and began arguing with her. Martino is accused of stabbing Gordon in the left leg and right arm.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, Martino left the scene and went to her hotel room at the Windsor Inn. Deputies caught up with Martino and entered her room and arrested her for aggravated assault.
Yeah, she looks mad.
Yeah, she looked really upset.
Yeah, but I mean mad. I mean really crazy.
Oh, mad, crazy. Not okay.
But hey, you know,
I guess go either way. I guess.
Unbelievable. Anyway, we have a fire that destroyed a home in Bibb County in South. That's right near me.
Mm-hmm.
Bibb County couple is shaken up, but safe after fire ripped through their home on Wednesday night. Firefighters say they arrived in North Park Manor Mobile Home Park at 8410 Hawkinsville Road around 10:30 Wednesday to find a trailer completely engulfed in flames. Investigators say the people in the home were awake and saw flames coming from the walls and were able to escape. 2-bedroom trailers were completely destroyed. The 2-bedroom trailer. The fire also damaged a nearby tree, and another trailer had heat damage. Investigators say the cause of the fire is partly electrical. Electrical fire. We had all these storms.
Oh, yeah.
And even with us, I mean, it was pretty bad. I had to close up all the windows. My floors were completely soaked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the storms were pretty heavy yesterday. We're getting heavy storms. That's why we have a flood watch still in effect.
Yes, matter of fact, thank good you said that. There's a flash flood warning watch issued for Dooley County for today.
Yeah.
Dooley County for how they said how long it was going to be, we don't know. It may be till maybe noon or later this afternoon, but that's so far as from the WMAZ Weather Center flash flood warnings for Dooley County is the only one that's issued right now.
Okay, very good. Now, you got a story on Mayor Rickett.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a funny thing, folks. Now that he's running for mayor again on the third, this is what I call the Third Reich.
Yeah.
All right? He's running for mayor on the third. Now
Third
he's
Reich.
starting to give... You going to do a soundbite here?
Yeah, the Third Reich.
Yeah, now he's doing the Third Reich.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear nothing. All right, well... All of a sudden, he gives a shit about the kids. And now he's starting to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now he wants to start what, Derek?
Well,
Why don't you read the headline?
Yeah, Rickert says that Macon needs more youth intervention programs.
If you would have been honest for the last, how many years? 8 years.
Yeah, from Caitlin.
While you've been mayor, maybe you shouldn't be talking about it on your third run.
Yeah, Caitlin Hex from WMAZ says that Macon Mayor Robert Rickert said last week's shooting at the Zodiac Lounge and its teenage victim bring up a problem the city has been battling, youth violence. Says in 2011 he and former police chief Mike Burns put together a 7-step plan and presented it to city council. They asked for permission to hire 6 new police officers and aimed to partner with schools and the religious community. They also wanted to use the city's Office of Workforce Development to promote jobs and education. Instead of 6 new officers, City Council allowed the police department to hire 1 civilian to spearhead crime prevention projects. Last year, Rickert said police did several truancy sweeps at schools and met with ministers to discuss ways to help. The Bibb County School District also hired career coaches through workforce development. We hope that it gets better, that it is getting better, but obviously every time you have a high-profile incident, a death, a fatality, it makes you feel like we're not making any progress at all. So it's disconcerting to say the least, explains Mayor Rickert. He says the city needs to focus more on prevention, not just enforcement.
Yeah.
He adds, we've got to have more programs, more participation by churches, by schools, by neighborhood associations, by Neighborhood Watch, and by parents and family members to step up and help us do something. He adds that youth violence is not a problem unique to Macon. And
wow.
Unfortunately, he's right.
Well, that's what they need. They need a lot of programs to get these kids busy. I mean, there's so many kids here in Macon, Georgia. We have a youth population, I think, that exceeds the elderly population.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, I think so, yes.
I mean, you know, you see some elderly people, but Jesus, these kids are all over the place. And they needed something to do. They need something to do. That's what we're talking about, the skate park this morning. They're going to try to start with that. And Siga says, kids need to be good at shooting guns to defend themselves. All right, well, whatever. Go figure.
Yep.
Let me see. They ain't got no home. Training is why they act like they do. That's true. Ellen Macon.
You know, the mother of the kid that got shot, the 17-year-old, had a press conference.
Yeah.
You know, saying that it's all got to stop. It's all got to stop. But
Yeah.
what I understand is somebody questioned her and said, "Well, why was your son? What was he doing out at 3
That's
o'clock
true.
in the morning?"
That's what somebody should have asked her that question.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Anyway, too much. That's too many kids. You guys have TV there, yeah, but you know, TV is even worse. I swear. And you look at some of these shows. I mean, sexual innuendo. You got all these cops and robber shows. You know, what the hell is that going to do?
Look at the kids shows they got.
Yeah, even the kids shows.
Teletubbies, you've heard
They
of them, right?
they explode and they do all sorts of crazy. I mean, they did it for years during our day. Actually, they were a little bit even more. They would be considered more violent
You see
today.
the newest Teletubby they got?
No.
Well,
What new
let me see.
Teletubby?
Iceman 77 says it's not the gun they need to know.
Jeez Louise.
Jesus.
Irv Sinut's
What the
helicopter.
hell? It's not the gun they need to know how to use. It's
Yeah,
a
you gotta do
situation that they're.
Wow.
Oh my God. Well, that. Yeah, I'd fit
You're
in
next,
that.
Derek.
I'd fit in that costume.
Weenie, weenie.
It's not the gun they need to know how to use. It's the situation that they're in that they need a gun. Is a problem? Okay. I kind of got what you're saying there, I see. Ain't got double negative. I can tell you, Southern in Macon. LOL. No. LOL. Ha ha ha. Eeny weeny Teletubby. Yeah, that's me. Irving Weenie.
Yeah, anybody want to send me your pictures? I'll Photoshop you.
That's a great point, Nicole. Doesn't anyone take the family out camping anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Get
No,
in a
because
canoe and fish.
Some guy with a fucking chainsaw is running through the goddamn forest after you.
No, no. Teach them how to start a campfire with string and stick. Get back to nature and self-discovery. Perfect. Perfect solution. Get the kids out camping. I think, what's his name? The guy that went into jail for guns. T or...
T.I.?
Yeah, T.I. Yeah, they had... by the way, he's got a really ugly wife. God. He's a good-looking kid, and he's got this wife that looks like a troll.
Well,
anyway, so they took the kids out camping.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. T.I. and Tiny, Michelle, yeah. Let me see, what else? The kids aren't the ones to blame. It's the adults that show the kids what to do. Oh, and then he says camping, F that, okay. People are scared of getting killed going camping. Self-discovery, like self-discovery, LOL. Alright, good morning, Rocco. He says, I'm feeling guilty this morning. Michelle, punish me. Got the paddle, Michelle?
She looks like a sucker fish.
Anyway.
His wife.
Yeah, so you're using camping as an example, but it's a good one. Because it gets your family, the family doesn't stick together anymore. You stay at home and the kid is out here and the other one's over there, and or they're playing video games or playing with I don't know how you did that, Ed, but that is great. You see what I'm talking about? She's a freaking troll.
Look like a sucker fish.
Yeah.
Sucker fish.
Awful. Anyway,
She probably gives good head. And I can say that on Vaughn.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
But
But no, seriously. If you take kids out camping, I mean, there's a bond that's made that you just can't get at home.
right.
Because you're out in the woods and you get to, spend some time together. And I think that's the best example.
Yeah.
Take them camping.
You really.
People are afraid to go camping now, man.
Well,
Really,
why would they be afraid, Ed?
Because there's psychos out there now, man. There's crazy
You got
motherfuckers.
psycho, watching.
They're taking bath salts. They want to eat people's faces.
Yeah.
No,
That-
really, man. Let's go. Let's get.
Well, Rocco
And
brings
plus,
up
you got to
poison
worry about.
ivy.
Plus, you got to worry about it. This, the camp master might try to, touch him inappropriately. That type of stuff.
Well, no, I mean, listen, if you're going to go camping, you're going to take your tent or whatever the hell.
And you're
going to be there by yourself. You're not going to have a camp
Nah,
master.
no, yeah.
You're not going to have it. I'm not saying send the kids to camp. I'm saying you take the kids camping.
Okay.
Which is it saves you money, too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Get some
Worry about going
sandwiches
aboard,
and
yeah.
go to
Mine's
Home
tires,
Depot and
spares,
buy some
so
logs
high.
and to burn up, and you can have a good time. I always had a great time when I went camping. Although my parents never took me, my sister did, my older sister.
Yeah, because I know you had a good time for camping because there was a whole bunch of grass out there, so
Oh yeah, well that's besides the point. Yeah, we did have a lot of grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of grass and weeds.
Yes.
Yeah, tons of it. Anyway,
speaking of grass or
here we go.
substances,
there we go.
yes, Georgia to use compounding pharmacy for execution drug. Says the state of Georgia in Atlanta plans to use a compounding pharmacy to get the drug needed for an execution schedule for next week. Wow. How about that? The Department of Corrections spokeswoman on yesterday confirmed that the state will get pentobarbital from a compounding pharmacy for the execution of Warren Lee Hill, which is set for Monday, this upcoming Monday. The state supply of pentobarbital expired in March. It has become increasingly difficult for states to get the drug because the manufacturer has said it doesn't want it used in executions. Compounding pharmacies custom mix small batches of a drug for special clients. They have come under scrutiny after a deadly meningitis outbreak linked to contaminated injections made by a Massachusetts specialty pharmacy. The FDA considers compounding pharmacy products unapproved drugs and does not verify their safety or effectiveness. Now,
let me just say this. They came up with another way of executing people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
With a new drug.
Yeah.
It's going to put them to sleep for good.
Booty call, booty call.
Oh, we got a booty call coming in.
Well, it came from his booty.
Hello?
Anyway, so, well, what the hell?
Okay.
Who cares? Who's that?
Mom's
like we all want to know.
Okay.
Now that it rang in front of all of them. We don't really want to know. Anyway, I'm just saying, look, if you're going to worry about ticks and Lyme disease and all that, you're going to be living in some freaking box that's insulated like the Bubble Man.
Yeah.
You know.
The Bubble Man.
The Bubble Boy, whatever.
Yeah, Bubble Boy in the Bubble, yeah.
Yeah, boy, John Travolta was in there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
John Travolta.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bubble Boy. Anyway, so, I live like Michael Jackson. Yeah, that's right, Michelle. Start to look like him. Anyway, so I don't know. I just think that it's a great idea. Take the kids camping, give them something to do. You can share stories. You can burn some wood so they get that. That what do they call those kids? That
pyrotechnics.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Pyromaniacs.
Yeah, You get that shit out of their system. Every kid likes to burn something.
Yeah,
so you give them an opportunity to do it safely.
Yes, exactly.
Then you'll be able to tell which kid is going to burn down your house based on the fact of how interested he is in making a fire. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Find out more about your kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I got breaking news. There is a new app for your
yes.
phone.
For the phone?
Yeah. That's right. And it's called Geolocate, Dangerous Guns and Owners.
Yes, I heard about that, and a lot of people are upset because they say it's an invasion of privacy. Now that Vorpalbite is gone, at least for now, I'm sure he would have been having an orgasm over this. Not in a good way, by the way. But in fact, he would be upset knowing that he's going to be exposed. See, I think, yeah, there you go. This country wants transparency. This country wants to own guns.
Yes.
That's ridiculous that they even have that ad. Isn't that absolutely outrageous?
Yeah, I was
the
just
sexual innuendo.
I just saw
that Burger King has now.
Yeah, it'll
Gee,
blow your mind away.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, Earl had it on his Facebook page, and I said, "Oh man, I gotta see this. This is ridiculous."
Anyway, look, gun owners and gun lovers.
7-incher too.
the ones that like to put their guns in the vagina, like that woman yesterday. They walk around with a gun up their rear end in their vagina and their breasts. For the men on their side and their back. You gun owners. I think that app is a great idea. I don't give a crap what anybody says. First of all, you have the option not to get it.
Yeah.
But I think that any gun owner who is irresponsible, or at least letting them know. Now, what they're afraid of is, now they're going to know I have a gun, so I'm going to get threatened and all that. Well, that's what you have a gun for, right? Isn't that what you're saying? I have a gun for protection. So now you can protect yourself.
Well,
now you can target practice.
Well, yeah. Well, truth be told, though, people already know if you have a gun by just your receipts.
Yeah, well.
If all those receipts of buying those bullets and stuff, I mean, yeah, that's going to add up.
All I'm saying is, stop being so paranoid to begin with by having a gun and thinking that a gun is the wherewithal to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where's God in all this? I don't understand that. He protects me. I'm not out there having a gun every time I walk the street. I don't need it. If they're gonna shoot my ass, they're gonna do it, regardless. And that's all I need is to have a gun on me so he can take it from me and shoot my ass. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so now that this app is out, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah, I was just asking too much. You said that's a good deal. Food in the bush for under $7. Yeah, you're talking about that Burger King. Well, I guess under 7. I mean, 7 inches a sandwich for $6.25, a $6.25 meal. Yeah.
Yeah. That's who Rocco.
I guess that would be a bargain. I guess. If it
Rocco
comes to
says
fries.
the most guns are taken from their owners. Ask him.
Well, actually, he had. Well, actually, he had a reason for it to be taken.
He says,
away.
"Oops, don't ask him."
They had to
Anyway,
check fingerprints.
welcome, Eargasm. Nice to have you on the show. That's a new one.
Yeah, $6.25 meal. Oh, it does come with fries too.
I just cannot get over this ad that Burger King will put this out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who are the biggest patrons of Burger King? Kids, right? And fat people.
Yeah, fat people.
Fat, ugly, overweight people like Vopabite. And don't you think that's sending the wrong message?
Yeah, I guess. When you think about
sexual.
that way.
I guess sex sells, right?
Yeah, it sells like a sewing gun. I mean, it sells. It's the only thing in the world that probably outsells crack. I mean, and liquor, because sex has been around since the beginning of time. Beer has only been around since ancient Egypt, and basically, crack's only been around since 1985. So go figure. I'm just saying. Hey, it's true. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's true. And you
Put
know,
all you want.
Ed, put the picture back up. I wanna emphasize on something on that picture, how horrible it is. Now, I think what they did was that they took this girl with the smallest lips and the biggest sub. Now, you think about it. If you notice, the outside is white and the inside is brown. So it covers what? I see racial on there. Even in a sandwich, folks.
Even in a sandwich.
There's even in a sandwich, there's some form of racism.
Yes. Hey, Earl, how you doing?
Well, anyway.
Thanks for that Burger King ad, Earl. I didn't mean to bite you to take a picture from your
Good morning, Earl.
from your page, man. But I saw it and said, "Oh man, we gotta use this."
We all share.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
I might actually get me a sandwich on the way.
Yeah, I know. Wear the red lipstick while you eat it. It'll tell you. You may just wind up getting a free sandwich for that. Anyway, you got fries in the soda too. What a deal. Yeah, too much. That you have after you suck down that sandwich. But anyway, unhealthy living is what we sell. You know how much grease and calories is in that sandwich?
At least, what, 600, 700 calories?
After that girl eats that sandwich, she's going to look like Mama Boo Boo.
But baby boo boo mama.
Mama boo boo, whatever.
Baby doo doo, baby moo moo,
Boo
boo, whatever.
Honey Boo Boo's mother.
Honey Boo Boo's mama, yeah.
Yeah. There's Vopabite. Yeah, there he is. That really him? Who the hell knows? Anyway,
yeah.
This world is going to hell in a handbasket very quickly, folks. And you can see it. You can see that it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got two choices. You can either take the stairway to heaven or the highway to hell.
Or you can take the floods and floating it.
Yeah.
You know why there's a highway to hell, right? Because there's more people going there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's biblical.
Yeah, hell's gonna be packed. It's gonna have to be standing room only.
Well,
let
me see. Here's some good news.
Okay.
Regulators okay solar expansion for Georgia Power.
Okay.
That's great. Less coal burn.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, our electric rates are going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
They don't say that, but
least
that
not
in
yet.
fact is they got to be able to subsidize this shit. No.
Yeah.
So let's use that. Utility regulators will require that Georgia Power add more solar energy to its system. The elected members of the Public Service Commission voted 4-1 on Thursday to require the Southern Company subsidiary Georgia Power seek to add 525 megawatts of solar energy to its network. The utility did not propose adding any additional solar energy when it presented its plan for the meeting of the state's energy needs for the next 20 years. Commissioner, look at this. Even women are named Bubba. Lauren Bubba McDonald. Come on. Give me a break.
Man.
She must be another fat slob. Why would they call her Bubba? You think they would call that girl eating a sandwich Bubba?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
They probably call her Pucker, but
Yeah.
that's a whole other story.
Yeah, or Shucker. Okay, made a proposal to require more solar energy use. He said solar energy costs have come down, making the technology more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And his critics say adding more solar energy could raise costs in the long run. Exactly.
Okay.
McDonald disputed that solar energy will cause rates to increase. Yeah, that's what you say now, until we're there. And then all of a sudden, well, this is the reason why it went up.
Mm-hmm.
Some other bullshit that they hand. But hey, if it's going to help, I guess we're going to have to eat the cost.
Oh yeah,
So.
eating. Yeah, speaking of eating something,
Yeah.
and maybe not for the betterment of your health. Says a U.S. House approves farm bill without the food stamp aid. This is from Washington, from CNN. It says that the U.S. House approved revised legislation on Thursday, yesterday afternoon, to overhaul the nation's farm programs that one doesn't include an extension of food stamps. The farm bill vote in the Republican-controlled chamber fell along party lines 216 to 208, and the next step would be joint House-Senate negotiations to hammer out a compromise version. So this is going to be really crazy. So Democrats chastise the GOP for ignoring the initiatives they argue poor Americans need to keep from going hungry. And it says also that maybe that the debate on the floor was raucous, and Democrats several times angrily screamed at Republicans and accused them of dismissing the needs of low-income Americans.
Wow.
So
And of course the all in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
People live on food stamps out there. Hardly any jobs.
Yes, but it says the White House issued a veto threat on the new Republican version of the bill on Wednesday. It says that that the House Democrats said there was no guarantee the House would ever vote on food stamps as part of the farm legislation, and suggested GOP leaders lure support from conservatives for yesterday's vote by also promising to make deep cuts in nutrition programs in the future. So, there's a good chance you think it may extend to like school lunches.
Who the hell knows? We'll have to go to a school cafeteria in order to eat now, I guess. You're going to have a lot of homeless people there.
It'll get passed. They always do that. The Republicans, they jack everybody around, you know.
And eventually they come around.
Yeah.
By the way, I like what Diaz calls them. He says, evil-ass Republicards. At it again. That's exactly what they are. Corporate welfare, but no food for the poor. Did you hear the Koch brothers say that there shouldn't be a minimum wage law? Yeah, because they don't understand what minimum wage is, since they give themselves $1 million a frickin' day.
Yeah.
They don't know what minimum wage is.
I think Diaz has a good idea. Vote them all out of office.
And who the hell are these Koch brothers? Where did they come from?
There's some rich dudes.
Frickin'. Why don't they just die already? They're old.
Because only the good die young.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be like, remember that movie with Rosie Greer and the man with two heads?
Steve Martin?
No, the old movie with Rosie
I
Greer
remember Rose.
and Ray Milland. The Ray Milland. It was a man with two heads. and they put Ray Milan's head next to Rosie Greer's on Rosie Greer's body, and that's how these old men are gonna be. They're gonna be like heads in a freaking wheelchair. They're gonna be alive no matter what.
You think about the man with two brains.
Oh yeah, man with two brains.
And then there's the man with no brain.
Yeah,
Okay.
well. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about the Zimmerman trial.
You got to specify on
since
that.
everybody's salivating over it. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Now, we had, of course, this issue with the closing argument. And, of course, it's going to go to a jury possibly today. And, of course, Mr. Delaronda, or Bernie Delaronda, gave a pretty
elongated,
loud, and a little bit
extended remix.
Yeah, but he got the point across.
Okay.
That I think he crystallized the whole idea in our head.
Okay.
But he also asked too many questions. He asked questions of the jury, which I think may have caused some prejudice to occur in the jury's mind. But then again, you never know. The juries are given instruction. They have to follow that to the T. But at the same time, as it was argued yesterday on these talking head shows, where one woman said, well, they have to follow instructions. They don't do that. You get cited and all this bullshit. That they can't go by emotion. Well, guess what, folks? Emotion does play a role in this.
Yes.
Because you can't read people's minds. And their emotion may go one way and they'll justify it by trying to divert from the law in some way without really diverting from the law.
Shall we play the video?
Who the hell knows?
Oh,
You got a video?
got a video?
Bring it
Roll
up,
that
baby. We got a
beautiful
video
footage.
of the closing
Anderson
argument.
Cooper,
Here we go.
360. Anderson Cooper, 360.
Morning down in
Nights at
Curry.
8 and 10 on CNN.
Unlike its profanity-laced opening, the state's closing began with more reverent tones, almost like a eulogy.
A teenager is dead. He is dead through no fault of his own. He is dead because another man made assumptions.
Prosecutor Bernie Delaronda condensed the state's 9-day case into 2 hours, emphasizing its claim that George Zimmerman actively profiled Trayvon Martin.
He profiled him as a criminal. He assumed certain things, that Trayvon Martin was up to no good. And that is what led to his death.
The state contends Zimmerman's a wannabe cop and self-appointed neighborhood watch captain who had grown increasingly frustrated by a series of break-ins by criminals who always managed to get away.
Because the defendant knew.
Delaronda's narrative paused just once for a recess and was interrupted at another point for an objection. The defense attorney Mark O'Mara said the state was wrongfully interpreting the law. The state often returned to its tactic of using Zimmerman's own words against it.
I knew that was my street, but I wouldn't fight the opportunity circle.
He does not want to admit at all that he is following him or chasing him or profiling him.
While the jury sat impassively for much of Delaronda's delivery, Zimmerman's parents in court for the first time as spectators since the trial started looked at times incredulous. As the state concluded for the day, a rare reaction from George Zimmerman himself.
The man who is guilty of second-degree murder. Thank you.
Earlier, the court heard arguments on lesser charges that could be presented to the jury. It was no surprise the state asked for the lesser charge of manslaughter, but the defense was stunned when it also wanted to add third-degree felony murder. Prosecutor Rich Manti argued the death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin at the hands of George Zimmerman was, among other things, child abuse.
The non-enumerated felony in this case alleged is child abuse. Obviously, the information alleges that the defendant shot and killed the victim, that the victim was under the age of 18. And child abuse must be, according to the third-degree felony murder instruction, defined.
Defense attorney Don West was outraged.
Oh my God. Just when I thought this case couldn't get any more bizarre.
The debate brought more testy exchanges between West and Judge Deborah Nelson.
I understand I've already ruled, and you continually disagree with this court every time I make a ruling.
In the end, the judge ruled third-degree felony murder would not be an option for the jury.
I just don't think that the intentional part of that is there for the child abuse charge and is not alleged in the information that way. And I just don't think that the evidence supports that.
The pressure now on Mark O'Mara to close out the defense's case Friday before it heads to the jury. Martin Savage, CNN, Sanford, Florida.
Well, there you go.
There we have it. As soon as we get back online here, I guess you'll be able to see our ugly faces besides these lawyers. By the way, okay, now, we're going to try something, folks, now that you're all out there. And, of course, your, I guess, hashtag or chat tag name will show up. I want to take a poll. Two things. Guilty or not guilty, based on what you've seen so far. And second question is, what charge? So guilty, and then say manslaughter, guilty, second-degree murder. Let's go. Guilty, second-degree Manny. Rocco, LOL. Not guilty, Craven Moorhead. Manslaughter, guilty, Michelle. Guilty, second-degree, Plastic. Manslaughter, guilty, Too Much. Manslaughter, Rocco. Keep going, folks. We got more to go.
Yes.
Nicole. Cocknose. Trayvon was 17 years old. If anything, Zimmer had the moral responsibility to protect the boy. He was Trayvon's father. I would kill that fat fuck. Okay. That's not saying much. But guilty, Nicole. Guilty of late-term abortion.
Oh, he should have never been born. Dang.
Okay, well, what the hell? 3 to 5, walking 2, Rocco. Okay. Manslaughter, Nicole. Winchester, welcome back, buddy. Guilty, manslaughter, third degree, hard to burden to prove here. Yeah, I agree. Second, Zimmerman will walk, Cocknose says. Guilty, he pulled the trigger.
Thank you, Saibuki.
Thank you, Saibuki. Yes. ATT lives in Florida. In Alaska, he right in the head. Trayvon beat the shit out of Zimmerman, regardless of who started it. The person in Florida is allowed to defend himself. Well, here's the thing. Yeah. I believe Craven Moorhead, welcome to the show, by the way. I believe that what happened with Zimmerman was he got so mad that he got his ass kicked that he shot the kid.
Yeah.
I don't think that he felt threatened with his life and all that. Yeah, I think he was humiliated.
Yeah, he was humiliated.
He was humiliated.
Yeah, exactly.
He got his ass kicked.
And personally, and truth be honest, Trayvon Martin had a right to stand his ground as much as George Zimmerman did. Yeah. I mean, Zimmerman was the one who was armed, and he felt like he had to flex.
Hypo.
He had to flex his Smith & Wesson muscles because he was getting his butt kicked, which it wouldn't have happened if he would have stayed in the car. You know, stayed in the car, which is
we're not making a big assumption here.
Which is a great.
You've been following the trial, I hope. I've been following it every single day, and there were points that I think that the prosecution dropped the ball. Believe me, he may walk, but remember, we have a jury that is heard by his own testimony. He didn't need to go up on the stand because they had enough film footage to show the different versions that he gave. And I believe, in my heart of hearts, that, in fact, Trayvon Martin beat the shit out of him, and somehow this guy was so humiliated and so angry and so beaten up that he said, I'm going to get your ass now.
Yeah, and Winchester said that Zim's MMA instructor said he was physically soft. MMA? So wait a minute. Okay, so he knew MMA and he was armed and he still couldn't fight a 17-year-old? So that's just he
didn't know. And by the way,
he was in the wrong line of work to begin with, right there. Right. If you can't fight, and you need a gun, and you screaming, help! I mean, come on now.
Yeah. By the way, Winchester, you're right. Zim's MMA instructor said he was physically soft. Exactly.
So he was taking MMA lessons and that. So he really wanted to be a cop, that bad, but yet he couldn't follow directions. That should have been a red flag right there. Yeah. You know, that he was not cop material. I mean, he's worse than Sutton. At least Sutton was able to take orders. Follow orders and stuff.
Well,
I mean, my goodness.
I don't know if anybody's worse than Sutton, to be honest. But
there's a very few.
Because Sutton had a long record. I mean, Zimmerman
Yeah.
Zimmerman was a wannabe cop.
He
and all
couldn't even
that.
get in.
Sutton had a
He
long
couldn't even
record.
get into Cop Academy. He's one of the very few that's probably worse than Sutton. I mean, that 0.2% or something.
Yeah, Nick Howell, you're right. Zimmerman was smart. He should have stayed in that hairdressing salon career. You're right. By the way, as far as I know, okay, and as far as all the evidence showed, when you have somebody stalking you, which in fact was the case here, this kid would have went home, watched the game. Actually, he was trying to get home because the NBA playoffs were going on.
Yeah, as an NBA player.
Yeah, and he was
NBA,
with his dad.
All-Star game.
The All-Star. And he was with his father. So I'm sure that he just wanted to get his ass home. He wanted to have that drink and the Skittles while he was watching the game. This guy instigated this by following this kid, by, like they said, profiling him. Now, the only thing that I'm concerned about was when this lawyer, De La Ronda, started saying there's nothing wrong with, being what do you call those? What he was trying to be. No, what Zimmerman was trying to be, a
crusader?
No. God damn it, what's the term that they were using on him? That he was trying to be a neighborhood watchman.
Neighborhood watchman.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him becoming a neighborhood watchman.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that they're missing the point on that one. There was something wrong with the way he wanted to be a watchman. It was almost like he was obsessed with the idea of becoming a watchman. And in the end, it was, like Trayvon said, this creepy ass whatever.
Yeah.
And he was creepy about it. It was just too much. And some guys could be that way. Even with women, they could I love you, baby, and then beat the shit out of his wife.
Jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry, I love you. That's how men behave sometimes. Men behaving badly. That's perfect. Look at it.
Sabuka, I have to agree with Sabuka. It says you give guns to pretend cops. What do you expect? Yeah. I can't disagree with you right there. You hit the nail on the head, Sabuka. Definitely. And Craven, I think you're missing the point. The bottom line is this: now, how can some guy how you stalk a guy and yet he somehow come out the bushes? See, that right there is a bald-faced lie anyway. I mean, how can a teenager can stalk someone in a car?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, really. And he just came out of a store with a can of iced tea, Arizona tea, and some Skittles. I mean, how does Skittles and a soda can constitute as a weapon?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Zimmerman was a raging diabetic, which from his stomach he may be after gaining all that weight, possibly. How can he stalk him who's in a car? That's ridiculous.
Well, not only that, when you talk about
that's
stalking,
like a sheep stalking a wolf. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, and the thing is, stalking is what? A $10 word for following. All right, so I won't use the word stalking. He was following that kid around. There you go. We got to go to break. When we come back, we're going to pick this up because there's more to be said, and I'm sure, like, Craven.
Yeah.
I think you need more head on your shoulders.
I think you need to practice what you preach, Craven.
Yeah. I think you need more head on your shoulder.
Yes. It's
break time.
It's break time. It's 9:02 a.m.
Smoke 'em if you got.
Stick around, though, Craven.
It's 73 degrees outside, sunny so far, and partly cloudy with a high of 84 and low of 71. When you're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House / Doghouse, we'll be right back.
Fox 10 exclusive. Using offensive language, insulting and belittling people, it's the type of behavior on the job that would get anyone a reprimand, maybe even get them fired. And that's what happened to a Phoenix police officer.
That officer wore a department-issued body camera, and after internal affairs investigators looked into one complaint, they decided to start looking back at more of the video, and what they found was shocking, and it cost that officer his job.
Fox 10's Mia Garcia has this exclusive story.
Turn around and look at me. What? Because I'm talking to you, you piece of shit. Now get over here.
Officer Richard Greco on a domestic violence call.
What is your problem? I got nothing to say. What do you want me to say? What do I want you to say? Why can't you get along with your family? Why are you pulling your wife out of the car? I'm not talking to her. You're not talking to her now. You were... Look, man, like I said, it doesn't matter what I gotta say. All right, fine, then you're going to jail.
And on another call, talking to a possible victim of domestic violence.
I've got one tool, okay? That tool is to beat people up and take them to jail.
Then he said this to a black driver he pulled over.
Do you have a license? Be honest, I would be surprised if you did.
And to a suspect in back of his patrol car.
Don't talk to me. I'll cry my own blood. Oh, you. I'll you all I want to. You're in my patrol car. Yes, sir. That's more like it. Oh, can I cry? Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, don't call me a... Okay. Thank you, officer. You're welcome.
And this is what Officer Greco says to another officer about a woman that's more than 8 months pregnant. She got into an argument with her boyfriend.
She chose to open her legs for him, alright? She's just as much of a willing as him. She didn't play this game when she decided to go on a second date with this guy.
The pregnant woman being checked out by paramedics.
I hope he gets a public records request for this video.
Greco interviewed by internal investigators about these videos.
How many times have you done this? You know how the game's played. Spread feet now. Never been in jail. Well, welcome to jail. Sounds like you should have been a while ago.
Greco told investigators he stands by most of what he said.
Do you feel that that was professional or unprofessional? No, my own litmus test is if I don't go home and lose sleep over it, it's not the end of the world. This guy, not a single one of these people complained about me, so that seems to tell me that they didn't seem to think it was a problem either.
I got one tool. That tool is to beat people up and take them to jail. He looks retarded. He looks like another MMI student who's about to forfeit his money and get kicked out of school.
And Greco worked for the department as a patrol officer for 10 years. He appealed his termination and lost. I'm Mia Garcia, Fox 10 News.
7, 6, 5, 4, we run for main engine start, we
a million miles away when I had a little mind that I needed to sleep, but I don't now, cause I'm mom and dad, I'm a grown-up boy, saving all my money, gonna buy myself a new toy, took a jet to the bottom of the dictionary mind, where I'm making up the words to a song that doesn't rhyme, if you can't see me, then you better leave it know, wait, scratch that, cause I'm never gonna be at home, such a funny little thought, everybody thinks now that I ought to rock, not true, if you know it's best for you, shut my eyes down now, then I get a deep blue, sipping to the top like a full-grown man, even gotta be it now, got it looking so grand, on a kind of feel land in the middle of my palm, and I can't admit I don't belong, gotta jump now, it's almost 75 degrees. If you're looking at the window, bet you feel the breeze. Got enough sun out of me, the skin wanna dive outside. One time, let's fly high rise. Itty bitty care on the itty bitty earth. If you don't know what to wear, then you don't know what it's worth. If you don't know what it's worth, then you don't know what you're missing. Everybody in the right mind gonna wish in. Okay.
Don't waste your time away in life. It's worth the wait, never too late.
And I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm on the phone. Not nobody to talk to, I'm on my own. I can blast his music louder now. Walk prouder now, I'm allowed to now. Go fresh lemonade in a green glass ice. Got a pair of blue shades, David F says nice. When I'm a long ways away from the home that I used to know. I can go where no one ever would have dreamed to go. Boom bang, and I got the right away. No point in telling me I'm wasting time today. Lose change if you know the things I know. Every little bit of it I hit when I'm not at home. Such a funny little thought. Everybody thinks now that I ought to rock. Not true if you know what's best for you. Shut my eyes down now, then I get a deep blue.
And we are back. Welcome to the second hour of the morning roast with Irv, Ed, and DB. Right now, it's 9:08 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It's 73 and sunny for right now in Macon, Georgia, with a high of 84 and a low of 71. But don't let that sunlight fool you, because we are definitely going to have some showers and thunderstorms later today, later tonight. In fact, this entire weekend, as a matter of fact, it's going to be a wet one here on Flippin' Friday.
Anyway, I would like to see them try to do that on land. Like go up and slam into the ground.
Yeah, people have so many
why
compound
the hell
fractures. It's not
Yeah.
even funny.
Let's see if they could do that.
I doubt it. You may have
dumping in water. Like I said, if there was sharks around, they'd be like feeding them.
Well, yeah.
With that shit.
Well, only if that tube actually, smelt like blood. I guess it might, they might check it.
But anyway,
tampon commercial.
Oh yeah.
That was the tampon commercial.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they banned it.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did.
Going back to that video that you showed about the police officer cursing out and all that, I wish to God they had a video of the cop that cursed me out. But they did believe me when I gave my testimony towards it, where they dropped all my charges, because that's what they do. They let out their anger by either cursing at you or shooting your ass. And not all cops do that. Not all cops are bad. I never try to insinuate that, although people read it that way. The fact of the matter is that there's a lot of cops now. Police forces are going up in terms of numbers. They're not laying many of them off. You don't really hear they're laying off a police department. Do you ever hear that? You hear they're laying off fire department. You hear they're laying off teachers. But you never really hear that they're laying off cops. And so we're getting more of them. And a lot of these guys come out of the woodwork with these troubled paths that they never even look into. Like, being even brought up in a family of, more than 3 or 4 kids where they always fought. Who the hell knows what and why they do the things they do. But all I know is there are things that you can train them not to do, but you can't really train somebody who has an anger issue. That has to be self-training. That has to be something that he does or she does for themselves. So, I'm listening to myself, Craven, and you don't even know. I wish to God that you would get your ass kicked like I got my ass kicked, and then hear you defending them, okay? I mean, there was no reason why the cop should have done what he did to me. And he's done it time and time again.
The guy has a badge. So
yeah,
yes.
You don't know. You don't know because you're an ass kisser. That's why. You probably see a cop and you're like, oh, how are you, sir? Because that's what they want you to do sometimes. They want you to kiss their ass. That's not my line. That's Bill Maher, by the way.
Okay.
Bill Maher said. So all I'm saying, Craven, is you're craving for a fight. Goodbye. There you go. You see how these assholes are? They like to make all these statements, and then we mute them, and then they leave. Bunch of cowards. They can't stick around until the mute goes away, 5 minutes later. If they really feel that they need to have a voice in all this shit, stick around. Don't be such a wuss.
Yeah.
Moron. Goodbye.
Well, during the break, I went to find, those who don't know, I just...
Well, Kiefer boy, you're all right.
I just gave a link to my latest thought to ponder. I don't know, it may be like, it is the longest one I've done because it really, because this trial right now on CNN has really grinded my gears, because it really talks about some stuff that's going on, and you could just see the writing on the wall. This seems like this is just the beginning.
No. Well, why do you go by 2 names, Craven? I mean, it sounds like you're,
You're like your cyber Sybil.
Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, you got 2 names.
Identities,
Why? I have 65 names. Yeah, you're probably some kind of a dude that goes around using all these aliases. And you got cops in your family that cover up your ass and overlook your crimes. Yeah, obviously he's in trouble. Yeah. Kiefer boy was craving my ass.
That sounded funny.
Yeah.
Kiefer was craving your ass.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, you said I beg to cops. My dad and uncles are cops, but I'm clueless. You effing keep assuming. Whatever. You know what? You can kiss my ass, Kiefer boy. All right? Goodbye.
Wow.
You want to go like a little girl? Go ahead. If not, you can stay on. I don't care. There you go. Anyway.
Well, speaking of...
Thank you, Plastic. That's how you do it. Now he's going to go and come back with another name, that piece of shit. There we go. Anyway.
Well,
you're not Kiefer Boy. I know Rocco.
I got a link, a story. Well, it was something. It was from James Kirk Piccioni, who's a lawyer.
You got it, Hydro.
And Ed, thank you for sending me this link. It's basically top 10 reasons you should not talk to the police. And this is an attorney from Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana. It says, reason number 1, talking to the police cannot help you. It says if the police are talking to you, it's because they suspect you have committed a crime. Well, that's what they do, get paid for it. If they have detained you, it's because they've already have enough evidence to arrest you and they want to see if you will admit it and thus give them an even stronger case against you. If they have evidence to arrest you for a crime, they will. If they don't, they won't. It's simple as that. Yeah, that's true. Talking to them or not talking to them won't make a difference. No one has ever talked his way out of an arrest. If the police have enough evidence to arrest, they will. If you deny that you committed the crime, they will not believe you. They already have enough evidence suggesting that you committed the crime. They'll assume that you're just doing what every criminal does and denying the offense. If it will not prevent you from getting arrested. The reason number 2 is even if you're guilty and you want to confess and get off your chest, you still shouldn't talk to police. To the police. People plead guilty in America every day. Probably over 90% of defendants in state court plead guilty at some point during their case. Says there's plenty of time to confess and admit guilt at a later stage of proceedings, but so what's the rush? Get a lawyer first. Says let the lawyer set up a deal whereby you get something in exchange for accepting responsibility for the offense. A better plea bargain or maybe even immunity. Let's see. You probably even, in fact, you may get a harsher prosecution because the state's case is now airtight now that you've confessed to it. And it says reason number 3, even if you're innocent, it's easy to tell some little white lie in the course of a statement. This kind of thing happens all the time. A person is completely innocent and who is trying to vehemently assert their innocence will go overboard and take it a little bit too far and deny some insignificant fact, tell some little white lie because they want to sound as innocent as possible. But if the police have evidence of that lie, it makes your statement look like a lie. The prosecution will ask, why did he lie to the police? Why did he lie to the police unless he were guilty? Yes.
Wow.
The reason number 4 says even if you are innocent and only tell the truth and you don't tell any little white lies, it is possible to give the police some detail of information that can be used to convict you. For example, a suspect is being questioned about a murder. He's truly innocent of the murder, but in the course of explaining his innocence, he makes a statement that he never liked the victim because the victim was not a nice guy, was a jerk, or what have you. A statement like that could be used to prove motive. Reason.
I got something to say over this. I'm going on the chat.
What?
If you can't afford a lawyer will be appointed to you.
Right, but
you think that motherfucker's going to help you?
No. As a matter of fact, ATT says something perfect because that's exactly what happened to me. ATT. Most low-income people, which I am one as well, are told to plead guilty. And not even to a lesser charge. In my case, they told me to plead guilty to the charge. And I was trying to talk, and my so-called appointed freaking lawyer says to me, shh, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. And I'm like, no, I'm going to say something. Shh, don't say anything. Just plead guilty. I had to plead guilty. And then, of course, they dropped the charges once Internal Affairs got involved. But even with Internal Affairs, I mean, they didn't do really shit to the cop. He's still walking around.
Yes.
Anyway, so I can relate. Thank you, ATT. At least we can relate on something. You can only get as much justice as you can afford in America. Yes, Rocco,
exactly.
Very true.
Says reason number 5, even if you're innocent and only tell the truth and don't tell any white lies and you don't give police any information that be used against you to prove motive or opportunity, you still should not talk to the police because the possibility of that the police might not recall your statement with 100% accuracy.
Yeah.
And then number 6 is even if your numbers, all that, what I said previously says even if you haven't done anything wrong about it or an innocent person can still make some innocent assumption about a fact or state some detail about the case they overheard on the way to the police station. And the police will assume that they only the only way the suspect could have known that fact or that detail if he was in fact guilty.
Yeah, well, you know, of course you're raped, man. By the way, I want to say hello to everybody because we got a few people on and we haven't acknowledged. So we'll go down the pike. Good morning, Diaz Photo Guy, of course, Earl Big Skillet, Plastic Canvas, Ant Killer, welcome, ATT, here forever, Islands Patriot, welcome back, Manny, Michelle, Nikal, Prankstermania, Rocco, Too Much, Cocknose, Hydroponic, and Shiggers, welcome all.
Shigga.
Always good to have you guys back.
Oh, yeah.
We're number one right now. Thank you for that. Rocco, you live in Canada? I didn't know that.
No, he's a Detroit.
Our northern brother there. No, okay. Well, what the hell are you bringing up Canada for then?
Take him to Detroit.
All right, okay. Smoke took more meds and I'm done with aromatherapy. Very good.
Very good.
Oh, he lives near Detroit. Oh, my Lord. God bless you.
Yeah,
I hope you can
you
make
have
it.
my apologies.
You know, I lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan for about 4 or 5 months. And I went up to Detroit, and I remember my friends looking at the 3 buildings that are there. Like, that's a city. You know, and he said, look, Detroit. And I'm like, that's about a half a block of a New York City street.
Well, yeah.
But they do have beautiful houses.
Ann
Arbor is great.
Yeah, you could check the rest of this link right there. I'll just send it to you because it's very, very long. I'll just go ahead.
By the way, Rocco, since you're in Michigan, or Detroit, Michigan, you ever heard of a place called Zingerman's? It's a very famous deli, right off of campus. That's where I work. I used to go home smelling like pastrami. Once I took all my... Yes, of course. And, well, I worked there for about 4 months. Matzo ball soup. I don't remember that. Anyway, so I worked in that place. And you had to cut the bread by hand, and all of the pastrami was cut by hand, and everything was cut by hand, really. And it's a great little deli. And when I came back to New York, later on I opened up a deli and very much in the style of Zingerman. So, anyway. So, what else is in the news, Derek? What else we got?
Yes, basically,
But we have the Zimmerman trial today to close out that whole Zimmerman bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's the prosecution already had its closing arguments, which was really, really, I think, at least 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I gave you the link to my latest Thought to Ponder video. It's a video that I did back Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's not as long as the prosecution's closing statement, but it is the longest I've made. It's about 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
So, basically, you'll get the gist of why I go off a little bit on the story, because it just seems stuff the whole thing is just hogwash.
By the way, I do watch that Pawn Shop when I'm able to. Now that I have cable up, I'll probably watch it. It is a fun show to watch, but it's not like Porn Stars. Porn Stars is a little. Where the hell do you have a pawn shop that's classy? But at least, I mean, the other one is
it's like oxymoron.
It's like real ghetto pawn shop. Yeah.
Well,
that's the one in Detroit.
I do have.
Good morning, Miss Wilson. Good to have you on board again.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's C.L. Wilson,
How
good friend of mine.
I hope you got the invitation to go to Michelangelo's film premiere of Imprisoned by Love. That'll be premiering next week in Atlanta.
Porn. Porn. Yeah, it sounds like, when I say porn, it sounds like porn.
Yeah.
But it's porn.
Oh, what? Pawn. Oh, pawn. Okay.
Yeah, pawn. Yeah, right.
Pawn. Okay.
Porn. I like porn shop. Not a porn shop. Of course, it sounds like porn. It's a Brooklyn accent. What do you expect?
Well,
we say pawn. Is it pawn?
Mm-hmm.
Pawn shop.
Yeah.
See how hard that is to do?
Pawn, lawn. Yeah.
Yeah, lawn, pawn. Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of some stuff, Yeah.
Speaking of porn.
Yeah.
I mean, porn. Whatever.
Fort Valley State University is going to hold an information session to recruit military people.
I'll say it in a minute. Yeah,
yes.
go ahead.
This is from Austin Lewis from WMAZ. Fort Valley State University is looking to give veterans a hand when it comes to higher education.
Yeah.
The school is holding an information session to talk about financial aid, academic opportunities, and even study tips for military veterans looking to hit the books again. Says the information sessions will be held Friday evening from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Warner Robins campus at 151 Osegian Boulevard.
Wow.
She's Yes, Anna Holloway, the Dean of Graduate Studies and Extended Education at Fort Valley State University, says there will be information about time management, budget management, and we will be showing them at Fort Valley's campus where the various things that can be helpful are located. Says when asked why Fort Valley is reaching out to veterans now, recruiters say that there are more state and federal resources available for those students. Holloway said they feel like higher education is on the mind of service members as they leave the military. She also adds, Ms. Holloway says that obviously we're drawing down in Afghanistan, and there are a lot of people who will be coming out of the military. The military is downsizing, and getting into a college is a good way to transition from the military and find different kinds of work. And it's also saying that resources on how to pay for the education will be discussed also.
I wonder how they're going to deal with their post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, hopefully they will, hopefully that wouldn't be a problem or a case, because if they were suffering from, they probably wouldn't go that route of going to get an education. They probably have to. That's one bridge they comes when they meet it, or
they need to address it.
Yeah, but I think they try to address it before they do go to college, because that's a big, because just like the military, that's a big commitment too.
Yeah,
because it's a discipline. You have to, looking for getting an education, trying to find make a living. That's just a big commitment. Probably not to the extreme of life threatening as the military is, but
it is being trained to kill.
Yeah,
You never know.
Yeah, but nevertheless, you got to hit the books. Just
maybe it'll help.
Well, figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
Not physically, literally.
I think it's a good idea. I always said it. Recruit the military to do some really good work. Like, I'm afraid to say I don't think police is the one.
No, yeah,
but definitely firemen.
Yeah, law enforcement is not for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not sure about law enforcement. I'm afraid to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Most PD departments are only hiring ex-military because they are already programmed to shoot and kill without thinking and are drugged up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right, Manny. You said it best. Selling honey on the internet is a better living. Anyway, what else? Me and AT&T are combat veterans who are perfectly sane, right, AT&T? It depends. I would say so. Listen, I love my military brothers. And if nothing else, I give them more slack than I do the average citizen. They go out and kill somebody, I'm always like, well, look, they did serve in the military. They do have, some issues, and give them some slack. And I don't say that about many people. But, AT&T almost shot a brother one time. Well, who knows? Anyway, a lot going on in the news. I'm going to bring up some local news and see what the hell is going on around here once again. And if you have something, Derek, bring it up, because I'll come after you. If not, I'll go before you. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I was still trying to
All right, here we go.
Oh, there's something about the Hubble telescope spots.
Oh, yes, the new planet they found. They found this blue planet that's as big as Jupiter.
Yeah.
On some...
Yeah, big as Jupiter. Yes. I'll go and get in more into detail. Astronomers have found a deep azure, that's blue planet orbiting a star 63 light years away. The first time they've been able to see, able to determine the actual color of a planet outside our solar system, NASA and the European Space Agency said yesterday. The planet known as HD, a high definition, I guess, HD 189733b, is a gas giant with a daytime temperature of 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, where it possibly rains liquid gas sideways and amid 4,500 mile-per-hour winds, according to NASA. The blue color comes not from the reflection of an ocean as on Earth, but, quote-unquote, a hazy blowtorch atmosphere containing high clouds laced with silicate particles. NASA says silicates condensing in the heat could form very small drops of glass that scatter blue light more than red light. It says the space agency says astronomers using the Hubble Space Telescope discovered the planet in 2005, but only now have they been able to use Hubble's observations to determine the deep blue color. It says to deduce the planet's color, astronomers measured how much light was reflected off its surface. They used Hubble's Space Telescope to look at the planet before, during, and after it passed behind its star as it orbited. So basically, the planet is only 2.9...
It's uninhabitable. You can't... It's got like 4,000 degrees.
Well, yeah, 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah,
yeah, but that's on the cold side. That's on the dark side. I think they said it's like way higher on the sun. And it's static. It doesn't move. Doesn't turn. It wouldn't be good for life.
Yeah, it says day side and night side temperatures differ by 500 degrees difference between day and night. And said because the weather, it caused fierce winds to roar from the day side to the night side. The planet HD 189733b is in a class of planet called hot Jupiters. I guess we were referring to like Jupiter, which are similar in size to the to the gas giants in our solar system, like Jupiter and Saturn, but instead lie very close to their parent star, according to the European Space
That's pretty
Agency.
cool, though. I mean, they're discovering all sorts of stuff. It's like jewels out there they're finding. I mean, beautiful, beautiful color. It's an Asia blue color, kind of like a little bit more blue than Earth.
Yeah.
Earth is more like a green,
Royal,
aqua
like royal blue in a way.
Anyway, we're going to go from that story to this disgusting, horrible story.
Okay.
In Georgia. It's not a funny thing, folks. A Georgia man is convicted of whipping a boy. Gets 5 years. And guess where he whips him? That's really the bad part. Cobb County, which is Marietta, that's on the North Atlanta.
Yes.
Not too far from where I used to live, Cobb County judge has sentenced Austell man, convicted of whipping a boy's genitals, to serve 5 years in prison. Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports 31-year-old Andrew Charles Pride was sentenced Thursday. Pride was convicted of first-degree child cruelty a day earlier. Prosecutors say Pride whipped a 22-month-old boy multiple times in the groin on October 17, 2012 because he wasn't cooperating with potty training efforts at a home in Austell. Prosecutors said the beating caused bleeding and welts. Pride was also ordered to serve 15 months on probation upon his release and have no unsupervised contact with minors. Authorities didn't disclose the relationship between Pride and the child. I wonder if he was a baby daddy, not legally given, because that's weird that they can't even determine the relationship.
That's you're right. You're
I
right.
don't know. Yeah, that is effing awful, Cocknose. Sure. I know that you feel that. Having the name Cocknose.
That's true.
Anyway, it would have hit you right on the nose there. Anyway, what else? Hey, Rocco, that's a Chicken Chong skit. Whack his pee-pee.
Whack his pee-pee.
The kid can't pee now, no? When you get older, you have to pay for that kind of treatment. Dominatrix style. Michelle says, how do you beat a child's weenie? Too small to get a good slap on.
Ouch.
Oh, Lord. Let me see. The same way you pussy whipped your ex, Michelle.
Oh, my goodness. Here's a story from, speaking of a cold-blooded...
That's funny shit. All right, go ahead.
Speaking of a cold-blooded beating, this is from the Examiner.com. This is a story that I guess haven't been in national news, I guess, for maybe probably for certain reason, a media blackout. What this story says: a Georgia man killed in black on white hate crime attack. Says that July 1st, Cobb County Police arrested 4 gang members after they reportedly attacked a man walking along Mableton Parkway, eventually placing him into a path of an oncoming traffic. The attack occurred around June 30th, around 1 a.m., just as Shelu entered the parking lot of a Chevron gas station. The victim, who was killed, 36-year-old Joshua Heath Shelu of Mableton, was beaten mercilessly by a gang. In an attempt to escape, he began to backing up onto the road, according to police report. That's when the attackers almost knocked him to the pavement, where he was almost immediately ran over. Shelley was transported to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. According to My Fox Atlanta report, it says the driver of the vehicle that struck Shelley turned himself into to authorities. Police said he does not face any criminal charges. Authorities say he did pull over and call 911 after he realized he struck someone. But those who actually beat him, the gang members, are Jakari Strozier, age 19, Antonio Paz, age 18, Jonathan Anthony, age 18, and Kimante Bonds, also at age 18. All 4 have been charged with murder, aggravated assault, and violation of the Georgia Street Gang Act. They're currently being held at the Cobb County Adult Detention Center without bond. According to the story, it says, of course, while the mainstream press seems to be consumed with the possibility of racism as a motivating factor of the killing of Trayvon Martin, there's been no coverage of this crime by national media. In fact, one local paper, the Marietta Daily Journal, only reported Shiller's death as a hit and run, failing to even mention the mob attack that caused the fatal accident.
Yeah.
And I know I've read some of the. This story was from originally from, I guess, written by Dave Gibson, and I think a lot of people who were talking about this story, particularly in the local paper in that city, was basically saying, I wonder why they're not saying about this compared to Trayvon Martin, because the gang members were black and the victim was white, and they said if it was reversed, it would have a whole lot of news coverage.
Well,
I agree only to a certain extent. But the thing is, they're a gang member, and also I don't know why they had to be automatically a hate crime. If they're a gang coming after you, it's certainly not beating you out of love. It's definitely, of course, it's a hate crime. Crime is crime. It's certainly not. People don't commit crime out of love.
Yeah.
That
is a good question. But he was, Manny. Al Sharpton was. By the way, he came to visit Macon, and he avoided the Junebug incident.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Yeah, he avoided it completely. But Al Sharpton was one of the voices that said, why isn't this guy arrested? And that's a reason. And now they're saying, well, it's all political. That's why they arrested Zimmerman. And so I think Al Sharpton is laying low now, so that the accusations of it being political are not overstated and overemphasized. Although I have to say that when I was younger and Al started his whole bullshit with Tawana Brawley, and what we used to call the Three Stooges, it was Maddox, Alton, and Sharpton. Maddox, Mason, and Sharpton. Those 3 guys were making a big deal about Tawana Brawley, and it bit him in the ass because it was all a lie. And so I think Al is picking and choosing his fights now very wisely, and for good reason. And they call them the Three Amigos, but in New York they call them the Three Stooges, especially in the white community.
Yes.
If anybody remembers the time when there was this big, there was an area in Queens, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, where this white kids beat up on this black guy in that neighborhood.
Crown Heights.
No, Crown Heights. Crown Heights had the Jewish guy running over the black kid, and that was another one.
Oh, okay, that was another one. I want to say it was Bensonhurst when he killed
It was Bensonhurst, yes.
Yeah, Yusuf Hawkins.
Yes.
Back in 1989.
Yes. Yusuf Hawkins. Very good. Thank you, Captain. Friends of mine, actually business partners as well, they live there, and it was a big deal for them. And here I am in the middle of all this, because I'm kind of know Al Sharpton. I know Dr. Betty Shabazz, Malcolm X's widow, and I'm good friends with her on one end. I'm also good friends with the guy that murdered Malcolm X. And then I'm also good friends with the mafia, basically. The real mafia. Real mafia guy.
Not this gang.
And here I am, like this fly on a wall, sitting in all these places of people hating on each other. It was just a weird dynamic I was living in. Yeah, I wasn't really friends. Actually, he didn't like me very much. But, you know, we introduced, and I consider him a friend because he was trying to help me out with that. But he didn't really like me because he knew that I was in there. I was running a place called Home for the Homeless, where there was 650 people, most of them families. And of course, I used to see them selling their babies' milk for crack and all that during that time.
Yeah.
And Home for the Homeless. And it was the director of Home for the Homeless was the guy that murdered Malcolm X. And then I had my cafeteria.
One of those Muslim guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he was a Muslim guy wearing a white sweater all the time. And then over in Medgar Evers College, where I was the director, and then I became basically the contractor for Medgar Evers College cafeteria and snack bar in the new Shabazz building. Betty Shabazz is the one that helped me get it. She was a dear friend, would sit in my office, loved chicken. I'm not kidding. And then, yeah, exactly. After Malcolm X went to Mecca, he realized any race could be Muslim. He learned a lot. And, yeah, I know. Even the family outside the church didn't like you. What the hell is up? I don't know. I mean, you know, my family basically didn't like the fact that they thought I was in a cult when I wasn't. I was in a great church that was very, very progressive, and but they didn't like it. Whatever. They didn't like anything I did. That's just the way it is. My family sometimes. But anyway, yeah, that was the history of that. You're a natural born leader. Thank you, Nikal. I guess, by the way, Nikal, that's funny that you say that because I really thought that, right? And there is, by the way, if you guys want to know what your spiritual gift is, you know, if you ever heard everybody has a spiritual gift in the Bible, go to spiritual.com. Spiritual.com. Go there and answer the question. It's kind of like a Gallup poll. There's no right answer. You ever heard of that? There's no real right answer. Just answer honestly. And what I, in fact, found out, Nikal and Plastic, and I appreciate that you think that of me, but what I found out is that leadership falls number 6. And my number 1 spiritual gift is faith. Faith.
Okay.
Who would have thunk it? Who knew? That's right.
Who knew? Who knew?
Faith. Yeah, baby.
Like Regis
yeah,
Philbin.
Stephen. I like that. Look at that. Look at that little thing. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a great little bullshit there, whatever that is. Little circle with headphones on it. Right. Never been in a war. Yeah, Michelle, you're right. What about you and your boyfriend? Anyway, he has faith in his leadership. There you go. Thank you, Nikal. Medgar Evers was also a great man. By the way, remember I was talking about yesterday, this woman, the one that does the Judge Joe Brown?
Yeah.
Rolanda Watts.
Rolanda Watts.
Rolanda Watts is another good old friend of mine. And you may have seen her on the news in New York. And also she's the one that does, not the white woman that says, you know, oh, and we're going to see what the case is all about. Yeah. She's the one that introduces Judge Joe Brown at the beginning of the show.
She does the announcement.
She introduced me to Merle Evers, Medgar Evers' widow. And I thought that was pretty cool. Let me see. That is true of, I guess I've been in one. Yeah. But what else? Let me see. What else we got in the news, Derek? I got something.
I got a couple of
yeah, bring it up, baby.
They're mostly sports related, because I have very little very little sports to talk.
No, bring it up.
Because, well, I got to leave in about 5 to 10 minutes.
That's right. He's going to be leaving, and you're stuck with me alone for an hour.
Yes.
Ain't that horrible, folks?
From Newark, New Jersey, star forward Ilya Kovalchuk stunned the New Jersey Devils yesterday, retiring from the NHL to return to his native Russia. 30-year-old Kovalchuk walked away from the $77 million. Wow, that was left on his 15-year contract he signed with the New Jersey Devils in 2010, guaranteed annual salaries of at least $11 million for the next 4 seasons. $11 million a year for 4 years. Wow.
Well, I'm sure the Kremlin will be happy to have him back.
Yes, and maybe to buy that Super Bowl ring from Putin.
That's true. The one that Putin stole. I can't believe he's a jewel thief.
Well, he's definitely blinging now, that's for sure. But I'm pumped.
I guess.
Also another news, sports news. It was something. Oh yes, Patriots defensive back, former Wilcox County star Alfonso Denard arrested. This from Marvin James from WMAZ, the CBS affiliate in Macon, Georgia. From Lincoln, Nebraska, Alfonso Denard of the New England Patriots has been arrested and accused of drunk driving in Lincoln, Nebraska, where he once starred as a Nebraska defensive back. Lincoln police say that 24-year-old Denard was pulled over southeast of downtown Lincoln just before 2 a.m. Last night. Lincoln police say that Denard failed a field sobriety test. Police spokeswoman Katie Flood says Denard was taken to a detoxification center but not jailed. He's also accused of refusing a chemical test and driving infraction. He has not been charged. And earlier this year in April, Denard was sentenced to 30 days in jail and 2 years of probation for assaulting a police officer in Lincoln last year. Last year, not this year. A phone listing for Denard couldn't be found. His attorney from this previous case has declined to comment. And for those who from local, you probably might know that Denard played his high school football in Rochelle, home of the Wilcox County Patriots here in Georgia. He was the starting cornerback of the 2007 state Class A runner-up team. He has been in the NFL and has returned to Rochelle and hosted several camps across the community.
Wow.
So that's kind of sad, local and national, as far as national and local sports news as well.
Wow.
And, that's pretty much all I have for sports.
All right, well, I want to say hello to my nutsitch, and we have a new viewer, I believe, Scarlett.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember seeing her. Well, Scarlett, like I wrote, I do give a damn that you're here. And, we are going to, we got about 15 minutes for break.
15 minutes, yeah. I did have something that was a really crazy, it's a real wing dang dinger.
Okay, here we go.
Yes. It says in news, you ever heard about funny pictures of Walmart? Well, here's another one. Says funny pictures of Walmart called Cup of Semen. Ew.
What the hell?
Hey, believe this. A 22-year-old Newcastle man was jailed earlier this week, Tuesday, after he allegedly threw his DNA, his sex juice, on a female customer's leg outside. Man juice on a female customer's leg inside the Walmart store near Newcastle, police said.
Disgusting.
The incident occurred about 3:30 p.m. at the store of 117 Wilton Boulevard, where troopers were sent to investigate a sexual assault, according to court records. The 20-year-old woman reported that she was standing in the aisle, texting on her cell phone, when a man walked by and said, "Excuse me." And then she suddenly felt something wet on her buttocks, thigh, and leg, the police said, according to the court records.
Wow.
At first, the victim thought she had been spat upon, but when she looked down, she saw a glob of semen on her leg.
How do you know she didn't masturbate? And how do you know it was in a cup?
He probably masturbated in the cup.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, man gravy as it's
really.
The suspect
wow.
So the suspect.
It's a hard story to get out.
It's a real hard story. Yes. The suspect, meanwhile, later identified as Frank J. Short Jr. continued to follow her down every aisle while watching her until the victim slipped into the employees-only area of the store near the electronics section and told them she was being followed, police said in the court records. 2 employees escorted the victim to the security office in front of the store and called the police. Arriving troopers arrested Short, who was charged with offensive touching with bodily fluid, harassment, lewdness, and disorderly conduct. And preliminary testing of the substance on the women's clothing was indicative of semen, quote
It's
unquote.
awful. Welcome, Freaky Friday. He came just in time.
He was sent to the local jail, the Young Correctional Institution, in lieu of $2,500 cash and $4,000 secured bail.
Michelle says, I peeled my sheets off this morning. Okay. Hey, what's up, Freaky Friday? Anyway, this is horrible. What more insanity can there be than throwing sperm on a woman's butt?
I know. I mean,
come on, please.
I mean, dude, you know how people get on Maury? I mean, that's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to be caught on that. I mean,
Squawk. Rocco's that. Yeah, that is so gross. I can only imagine what she had to do to wipe that shit off.
Yes, I do have at least much more nicer news, better news.
Please, no more cum stories, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll definitely come along.
Come on with that.
Come on with it.
All right, got it.
Let's come together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Second Street work contracts move forward.
Yeah.
Yes. Macon City Council Committee unanimously endorsed 2 contracts totaling $1.4 million for design and construction contracts on 2 features of Mayor Robert Rickard's plan to redevelop 2nd Street. The Public Properties Committee approved awarding a $576,000 contract to the Atlanta office of T.Y. Lynn International and $854,212 contract for the local firm Chris R. Sheridan Company to serve as construction manager according to city resolutions. Both companies will be paid from the proceeds of the special pursuit of local option sales tax from SPLOST, included $8 million for the first phase, turning 2nd Street into a landscape, pedestrian, and bicycle-friendly corridor, including a 3,400-foot curving connector between the existing downtown stretch of 2nd Street and Little Richard Penniman Boulevard, rebuilding the 600-foot portion between Sherry and Poplar Streets as a vision block that will cut the current 4 traffic lanes down to 2, landscape the sidewalks, and put in a bicycle lane. So, and
wow, okay, well, that's cool. I mean, the town's getting a facelift. I wish they would put more money into, stuff that's more relevant to what we need, but I guess it's going to help.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain because anything to make downtown a better place to hang out in and more business, that's what we need. We need things to do here. Yes. Besides going to bars and getting drunk.
Yeah, most definitely. I want to go ahead and get into, before I leave, want to get into celebrity birthday since it's
let's do that.
July the 12th. July the 12th.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And don't sing it because you may get hit with copyright infringement.
Oh, yeah. I won't. I'll just skip that part. I'll skip that part. Actually, number one here on the list of famous celebrities born on July 12th today is Bill Cosby. Every award-winning comedian, TV show, and family man. Blah. He's 76 years old today. 76.
And you know what? He speaks worse than that now. It's more like a mumble. You got to really listen to this.
Well, he has done the voice of Mushmouth and Fat Albert and stuff.
That's true. What up? He sounds more like Mushmouth. Yeah.
But massive professional wrestler and MMA fighter Brock Lesnar, known for his famous F5 move. He's 36 years old today. Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants for many years, was Nickelodeon's highest rated show, making a lot of cheese, man. That's a lot of cheese on some Whoppers. He's 53 years old today. Tom Kenny, happy birthday to you. The very lovely Jordan Weber, who's turns 18 years old today, Olympic gymnast who helped the U.S. team win the team gold at the 2012 London Olympic Games and became World Women's All-Around Champion in 2011. Happy birthday, Jordan. 18. Jordan Weber, 18 years old. Phoebe Tonkin, the Australian actress who plays Faye Chamberlain in The Secret Circle. She turns 24 years old today. Michelle Rodriguez, yes, tough girl actress who starred in the Fast and Furious and TV's shows Lost. She's 35 years old today. African-American scientists found many uses for the peanut. The late George Washington Carver was born on this day in 1864. Richard Simmons, lively fitness guru, helping people lose weight, turned 65 years old today. Topher Grace, who plays Eric Foreman on That 70s Show and played the villainous Venom in Spider-Man 3, he turns 35 years old today. Cheryl Ladd, TV actress who replaced Farrah Fawcett on Charlie's Angels, she turns 62 years old today. She's 62. Steve Howie, not a whole totally different Howie, American television film actor known for playing Van in the comedy series Reba and Kevin Ball in Shameless. He's 36. The late Milton Berle was born on this day in 1908 and died in 2002. He was a pioneer of early television comedy, known as Uncle Milty. Jake Wood, English soap opera veteran who played Max Branning in EastEnders for more than 2 decades, turns 41. Eric Purse Sullivan, best known for his role in Dewey, playing the younger brother on the show Malcolm in the Middle. He turns 22. Wow, getting up in age. And also, we cannot forget Henry David. Jeez, come on. Henry David Thoreau was born in 1817 on this day. He was an American author who saw a simple natural life in solitude. Kimberly Perry, blonde, who was in the country group The Band Perry. Also, Olympic gold medalist Christy Yamaguchi, who was a Olympic winning gold medaling figure skater in 1992 Winter Olympic Games. She's 42 years old today. Also, Ariel Farrell, UK-born actress who played Charlotte in Daisy. She's 37. Lonnie Love, American stand-up comedian who's been on shows like Chelsea lately. She's 42 years old. And one last person. Oh yeah, one more. Brian Grazer, American film producer who co-founding Image Entertainment with Andy Griffith's own Ron Howard. And one last one, but last but certainly not least. Charlie Q. Murphy. Charlie Murphy! That's Eddie Murphy's brother. Best known for being a contributing
I like
writer.
him more than Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
I think he's funnier.
Yes, he's known as a contributing writer and member of the sketch comedy show Chappelle's Show. He turns 54 years old today.
Wow, that's pretty up there, no? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's 54.
Yeah.
Because Eddie took...
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you guys.
Happy birthday to all.
Eddie's 52.
Yeah, Eddie's younger, right?
Yeah, Eddie's younger.
Eddie's
Charlie's 50. Yeah,
plus his brother's a lot tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eddie White.
Yeah.
I heard Eddie's into trannies.
Darkness, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, supposedly, yeah. Says that Rocker said Eddie hasn't been good since SNL. Actually, Eddie hasn't been good since Dr. Doolittle, the first one.
Yeah, and even Dr. Doolittle was not that good. You know. I don't think he's been good since after SNL. I'll agree with that.
That's the inside of Eddie Murphy's colon.
Yeah. Well, check. Wow. But Eddie is doing reggae music now. It's pretty good, is it?
Yeah.
Why not?
Ew. Okay.
Yeah, Rocco, you should watch Adam Davis live on here when he is on. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, that's how low he's gotten, right? He comes on Vaughn Live now. Yeah. Can't even get on national television.
That's true. Well, on that note, this 9:56, I have to get on the road right now.
Yes, we're going to go to break early. We'll be back, I guess, a couple of minutes after 10 o'clock.
You'll be back about 10 after.
Yeah, about 10 after. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We got more to go.
Yes.
We have Daily Bread. We're going to have...
entertained with the videos.
Yeah. And
Thank you, ATT. Thank you.
Yeah. Drive safe. Everybody's saying.
Thank you.
By the way, folks, we're going to have some videos, so you don't want to... He said break a leg. Just make sure it's not the one that hits the gas pedal.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the brake.
Anyways, it's 9:57. It's 75 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia. It's partly cloudy with a high of 84 and low 71. Definitely keep your umbrellas and hopefully have a safe trip.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have one?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well, guys, what I would do now is watch the video, talk to each other, bullshit with each other, talk about what you want, and we're going to be back at, I would say about 10 minutes. 10-minute break so I could relax and come back and we'll talk. We'll talk amongst ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
See you guys. Hopefully, God willing, see you
Break a leg.
Monday. Thank you.
Yeah. Break a leg and drop
Get laid.
Yeah. Oh, get laid. That's a good one, Derek.
Yes.
What the hell? It's a one-night stand. You can go there, do your thing, and come right back, and no strings attached.
Leave your trademark.
Take care, y'all.
All right, guys. God bless. And we'll be right back after this one.
Y'all gon' see me show my crack. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' see tits on my back. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' see me laying low. Up in here, up in here. Y'all been switching to Geico. Up in here, up in here.
Welcome to the Winners of Walmart Club. Anybody want a little Cookie Monster love? It feels like a great day to throw on my pink skirt. Ladies and gentlemen, the real Joe Dirt. Up in the front we got Captain Insano. Couple hours down we got Captain Jack Sparrow. Half tank tops always look better with a bow. I never knew Dizzy did porno. You never know when you're gonna see a big rooster. You never know when you're gonna see Dale Jr. You never know when you're gonna see Bicep Fur. You never know when you're gonna see Hamburglar. Yeah, skin colored pants, that's where it's at. Excuse me, do these jeans make me look fat? I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Oompa loompa doopity dooms!
Y'all gon' make me take a pee. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' see my sluggy G. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me take a nap. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' see me bust a cap. Up in here, up in here.
Ass and titties, ass and titties.
Looks like we got another case of the shitties.
Blood pressure up and the pants going down. Orange juice in the hand, high heel on the ground. Oops, I forgot my shirt.
Oops, I forgot my pants.
Oops, didn't bring my shirt.
Oops, didn't bring my pants.
Flash color 30 packs, throw your hands up. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. Buckle up. Got the Splocks embedded into my brain.
Anyone wanna lick of this candy cane?
Someone stop this hole that I'm getting sucked in.
Theater curtains, let the show begin.
Now can anybody tell me if my pants are wet?
I got a little star power in my fishing net.
You know this denim skirt, it doesn't look too bad.
Hey everyone, take a look at my pad. Y'all gon' Edward Scissorhands. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' Captain. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' see me take a dump. Up in here, up in here. Y'all slow down for my steam bump. Up in here, up in here.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
So proud my kid done graduated today. Going off the ropes into a triple backflip. May 21st, the earthquakes will strike.
Going back to the 80s and my August machine.
I like to wear my jeans with some skin in between.
I'm living the dream, and damn, I feel great.
Crest wasn't working, so I switched to Colgate.
Ketchup and mustard, give me a squirt.
Yeah, it's all fun and games till someone gets hurt. Shake your tail, fella girl, go and take it low. Could you please stay at home if you really gotta go?
Butts and mullets and guts, oh my.
Tin Man spandex, t-shirt tie. Got the backwards me, got the Christmas hoe. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Y'all gon' make me Santa caps. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' catch me huffing gas. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' breast and plant me big. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' love my airbrush pig. Up in here, up in here.
Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Add us on Facebook by clicking the link in the description.
I came out of the house to go to work.
Eliza Webb was getting ready to leave for work a few weeks ago when she noticed the inside of her car didn't look right.
Honey, did you get into the car last? I thought maybe my husband had come looking for something and made a mess of everything.
She quickly realized her husband was not to blame.
But then I looked at the driver's side seat and found a black cell phone. It's not a cell phone I recognized, and then I started looking closer, and we had some missing items just right in the center console. And then my gym bag was just in the back seat.
Webb figured out that phone belonged to a 19-year-old.
And then I called his mom.
Webb explained that she just wanted her sunglasses and running shoes back.
I said, this is a very uncomfortable phone call to make. I have your son's phone, and I'm missing some things out of my car, and I think they might be two related items. And she was devastated.
Webb and her husband then went to the teen's home.
We knocked on the door, and he answered in just sort of a defeated, look, he looked like he had been crying.
It wasn't much more than this.
Webb soon learned she wasn't the only victim.
These are obviously hats that they kind of like.
She says the 19-year-old and his friend got drunk and broke into at least 10 cars in this West Seattle neighborhood.
So we asked if he would be interested in going door to door and seeing if we can't track down some of the owners and apologize.
One was really sheepish, didn't want to make eye contact. The other one looked at me and then looked down, and I said, "Can I help you?"
And I said, "You're up. You got to figure out what to say. You got to apologize."
It was funny what they said was they said some cars were broken into, and we were responsible.
And standing over there on my curb was a woman who I'd never seen, and she was standing like this with her arms crossed.
Webb says she just wanted the teens to own up and understand the consequences.
You know, sometimes when you get shamed or told that you did something wrong by somebody else, you know, it can stick.
Oh my God. This morning, we're in the driver's seat during a raging mudslide, trapped in Mother Nature's grasp. Watch as cars are swept off the road, floating down the highway, caught in that swift Manitou Springs mudslide.
Oh my God. I just got turned around by a whole flash of mud. I can't even see out my windows now. I don't know what's happening.
Stuck on the mountainside for 4 hours. John Schroyer had to crawl out of his driver's side window to escape.
Didn't really have any time to think. I just held on, you know, for dear life practically. The water hit, my car just started floating, and I was just desperately trying to, I was trying to steer.
They can hear you.
Alrighty then. I think we are coming back. This time just me. With an empty chair next to me. Alright, we said 10 minutes, but you know, that was 7. Shit. We gotta come back. I know, that was, it was 7 minutes, Freaky. I figured I want to make sure you guys are around
while we do the rest of the show.
Ed is right here behind
I'm
me.
right here.
And,
I'm like Wilson, the neighbor.
Yeah, we should rename the show, that road, the colonoscopy. Welcome, Tooby Dude. Tooby Dooby Dude, where are you? By the way, where are you? What part of the country, or if not in the country, where the hell are you?
Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Well, East Tennessee. Great. Isn't that Twister Country?
Not really.
Yeah. Oh, DA, good morning, Tower of London. DB just left. He's got to go back up to North Carolina. And I guess he's going to start early. Wants to be there and back. But anyway, it's 10:06, and as you know, it's still raining. We're still in the flood watch here in Macon, Georgia. And one of the things I wanted to do, you know, I was getting my coffee and thinking about the last hour doing this shit alone. I want to bring up what you want to bring up this morning, and may the best man win. Or woman, that is. So, right now, it's open to you guys to bring up a subject that we could talk about. So, and we'll pick out the best of the best. And, do I get double pay? Yeah, well, I guess. Alright, let me see. Here we go. Let's, I get a coffee plastic, please. Okay. Mac is soft. Alright, why don't we come up with subject? Rocco is anal dwelling monkey. There you go. That's a good subject. Let's talk about that. Alright, we will talk.
You want me to Google it?
What?
You want me to Google anal dwelling monkey?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's find something on anal dwelling. Anyway, anyone wants to talk about race? We've done that already. And the thing is with this Zimmerman trial, you know, it's all so hyped up now. Who the hell knows where it's going to go? I think he's going to get manslaughter. But that's my opinion. Oh, by the way, Hairspray does open up in Macon Little Theater tonight. Tara London, a.k.a. Anthony Harris, a.k.a. Ant, one of our hosts here, he is in that, and he's playing a big part. Tell him what the hell is the name of your role, Anthony? You play John Waters or something. John Waters. Bye, Freaky Friday. I need to run. I have an awesome day. Guys and gals, goodbye. Thank you for coming. Go home, Rocco, go home. To be dude. Alright, let me see. Okay, what is everybody's favorite food to eat when you're drunk? That is a good subject. And
Waffle House.
Waffle House. That's where everybody goes, right? Well, by the way, Anthony, a.k.a. Harriman F. Spritzer, or whatever that is, the sponsor of the show. I see. You're going to have fun. Taco Bell, DS Photo Guy says. Lobster. Nickel Wings. Michelle Stacy Penis. Go figure. Rocco Fried Chicken and Watermelon. Typical. Rocco. Typical. Anyway, I'm going to read another story on our news since nobody's coming up with any good ideas. Alright, let me see. A man's a hero after swimming 5 hours to save his family after a boat capsizes off the Maryland coast. Now there you go. There's a man out to save his family. A Maryland man swam for hours to reach his family, including 2 children, after their boat capsized in a storm off of Maryland's eastern coast. John Franklin Riggs climbed rocks along the shoreline in the dark and knocked on the door of the first house when he saw her swimming 3 miles early Wednesday. He came to the right house, had Angela Bird, whose dog barking awakened her. She found 46-year-old Riggs outside soaking wet and barefoot. He said, "I've been swimming since sundown, I need help." And Bird called 911. The rescuers soon were on their way to the 16-foot Carolina skiff that capsized near Deal Island, southwest of Salisbury. Life jackets saved the boaters alive. Sergeant of Maryland Natural Resources Police said, "Just not knowing what's going on with them while I was gone, it was getting nasty and blowing hard. Not knowing if we would be able to find them when we got back out there," Rick said. Pretty scary. You talk about terrible. Terrible. Scare. Your whole family's drowning and you gotta go swim 5 miles. Jeez. Kind of, Rocco can't swim, he would have drowned. Yeah, I'm sure. Here forever, Mr. Question was, come up with a subject that you want to come up with. It's your turn to speak. Anthony, I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing the show. I'll give you a call after the show to talk. I can't swim, by the way, folks, but I'm not afraid of water either, so I can just drown comfortably, I guess. So, who the hell knows? Anyway, a lot of black folks can't swim. Why is that? I see them always wearing life vests in a frickin' pool. Why is that? Zimmerman will walk out smelling like a rose. And killer. You may be right. Unfortunately, that may be true. Because the way it looks, you got a lot of gun advocates and a lot of people that say he was justified in killing a kid. I have a hard time believing that. But the way this country is going, who the hell knows anymore? I'm sure that may just happen. That it would be justifiable homicide. And just like they did with Junebug here in Macon, Georgia, where they, the court of public opinion was completely different than the actual courts, as always. But if he will get manslaughter, the jury's made up. It's women of all, made up of women of all kids, maybe. But some of these women, like you, Michelle, they like to carry guns and pretty tough cookies. So you never know. Hey, Tower, what do you think he's going to get, if anything? I said manslaughter 2 weeks ago. I know. I said the same thing about that same time too much. Then I think he's going to either... I'm hoping that he gets manslaughter. I think he's going to get manslaughter. But I also think that he may get off. It's kind of 50-50 for me right now. But more on the manslaughter, because I believe that they're not just going to let him walk. I'm hoping. Let's see. Never know. I would have beat him with a gun, Michelle Stacy said. Mackinac, if it would help if you kept your eyes open when shooting ATT. That's funny. Anyway, Tower, you're not answering. What do you think he's going to get? Will there be writing, should he be found innocent? Your thoughts here. That's a good question. Will there be rioting, folks? Will there be rioting? There was after the King beating. You had all of California burning up. What do you think? And I live 30 minutes from San Fran, and there's already racial tension starting. Yep. That would be extremely stupid. Ryan's ain't got no time for that, Nick Cal says. Oh, I just got back in the room. Okay. Well, when the hell did you point that question out? And come in. Riots, yes, riots will happen. You think so? Anyway, ATT says riots do not happen in Alaska. We do not put up with assholes burning, stealing other people's property. Okay, I think there may be some. If it goes, they gets acquitted. OJ got off and Obama got elected, so I think it's pretty even Steven. No, never know. That's because Alaska is the home of the genius Palin. Yeah, who loves to shoot. Kind of the worst state in the union. They're baby state. They just came in. They're really part of like what? They were Russian or some bullshit. Who the hell knows where they came from? I love my Alaskan brothers and sisters, but they're new to the United States. They still got water behind their ears. I have not been following the trial. My instinct that he will be found innocent. I base that on what I've been hearing about the screaming. Too many witnesses say it was Zimmerman's voice. Rocco saw the porn nailing Palin and he's still fixated on that. I never heard of that one. If he gets off and you're white walking down the street and you see a group of black teens hanging out, speak in bonnets, don't shoot. All right, there you go, Mikal. You're showing your sights. DSP, you give us OJ, we give you Zimmerman. Kind of like a what? Like a trade-off? Who the hell knows? Anyone who knows? Anyone knows who it is? Anyone knows who what it? And a black guy took over for Regis Philbin. No, I never thought of that one. I think that girl has the hots for him. I swear to God, she's always all over him. She likes big, tall, muscular black men. I don't know why. What are my weekend plans? I don't know, Tao. I'm still up in the air about it. If you got anything in mind, please let me know. I'm desperate. At this point, I want to go to your play. I want to find a way to get there. But, Obama's angry about Mercy's falling, and he plays in an Earth Tri Camp. Thank you, Nikal. Now all I need is a camper. Let me see. Michelle, my trailer court is all raising people all over the world. We're all along great except for the drug dealer. AT&T, so trailer trash comes in all colors, right? Is that what you're saying? Not just white people living in trailers. They're all trailer trash. Yes. He says yes. You see that? Anyway, as always, 9th Street is the inner city. Anyway, who the hell knows? Rocco, yeah, Tubby, I get effing different. Know what you're talking about. Hey, Tower, you got any ideas for me to do this weekend? Because I really don't want to stay in the house again. Going crazy. Stir crazy. I mean, having cable helps, but damn. They are saying that the voice that is screaming for help on the tape is Zimmerman. I know, the mother, the father said it, and all those paid people that were paid to give testimony. So who the hell knows? I mean, you know, it's not against the law to get paid, but it depends on how much they were getting paid. So, I don't know. I think the family of Trayvon Martin now has all that money to give away. Unlike, you know, the money that this guy's collecting from all these donations. From all these gun-packing, gun-loving people. I have to cut the shrubbery. Why not? Shit, I love it.
You gonna read the wordsmith and all that?
Yeah.
All right, I'll send them to you on Facebook.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to do that. No problem. I'm good at gardening. I used to do that for a short time for a living. Someone paid me to testify. Yes, Judge, I love beer and the internet. And both families are saying that they are the family member screen. Yep. Too much green around here. Gotta get rid of some. Give me some, baby. I love shrubbery. I love weed, green, grass, and shrubbery. I guess shrubbery would be what? The, gardening. Well, what the hell. Sorry. I was mistaken. But, yeah, I love it. I love gardening. Why not? I love growing plants. Yeah, it involves green and weeds. Yeah, exactly. At least I'll, you know, have the illusion of it. Kind of like that cartoon who sat there really hungry and was imagining the steak sandwich and the chicken and all the vegetables running through his head. You know? Yeah, remember the Monty Python skit, Nights at Keep, on Shrubbery. Yeah, okay. Yes, you're right, Rocco. Irv is from New York. Only the best schmack will do. Teletube is a host from New York City. Yes, that's what Rocco just said. Thank you, Shorty Brave. I do look nice, don't I? What the hell? Yeah. Okay. Find you this weekend? Where the hell am I going to find you? At the theater? Anyway. Gardening is a great hobby. Yes, it is. I used to do it all the time when I had the big house with my dogs, and they were trained not to ruin the flowers or eat them up or shit in them. Anyway. Let me see. Yeah, Tubby, New York City. In other words, that place, they won't allow you. Oh, whatever. We're trim for well trim. We're trim for well trim. I work cheap. Well, get your ass down from Michigan, and maybe you'll have something to do here. Your family started in New York City. Really? So they were the ones that were the big racists that were killing off black people there? Is that it? Did you get your refund from the shelter? No. They said 2 weeks from the day that I went there. So I'm sure I'll get it maybe next week. That is, if she's being honest about putting it in the mail right away. Who the hell knows? And, yeah, Ellis Island. Is that where you started? There are a lot of grass around here that needs to be cut. Okay. Well, are you responsible for that? Don't you live in a subdivision where they do that for you? What the hell? Oh, good. Well, bring it on, baby. I'll take it. I'll take whatever you want to get rid of. Your family started in Kenya, Rocco. That's the same place where Obama was born, no?
Knock, knock. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Kenya.
Kenya who?
Can you smell what the roast is brewing?
There you go. I love it. See? We try to keep this place interesting, even though Derek is not here.
I'm sending
and
you
Aunt, forget about it.
I'm sending you those on your Facebook private chat. So
Very
make sure
good.
you check them.
Anyway, let me see. My family started the concentration camp. Yeah, you and Anthony have something in common. Yeah, you and Tao. Yeah, Tao is German. Too much green. I love green, Tao. What's up with that? Green's my favorite color. Green and brown. Could you imagine that? Yeah. Yeah, or a field in Russia. Russia doesn't really have fields. They're all like frozen stiff over there. They're all a bunch of frozen stiffs. Are you getting money back from the vet? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I got to deal with that. And I still got the medicine. Yeah. How am I going to get to you, Ann? Am I going to walk? A penny in my pocket makes more sense than me at the time. What? What does that mean? Although, ATT cost me too much in vet bills. Yeah. I love spending your tax money, Michelle Stacy. Welcome, Real Man Pawns. Well, welcome to our show. Cents. Okay. Not cents. Not only my tax money, but my personal money, I damn send. Tubby Doo says, ain't got no sense. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts will. I love that. You must be left-handed. And let me see. Damn Rocco and Copper keep me locked in their basement. Yes, I agree too much. I'm convinced that people here have a lot of time on their hands. And I'm sure some of them are filling up those cups to throw on some people's butts as well, I'm sure.
Filled with sperm.
Yeah, well, you never know. So, it was a joke that fouled up, really. I mean, what's it all mean? Throwing your 2 cents in, didn't even have 1 cent. Yeah, it was garbage. Kind of like down here in Macon. Anyway, Nicole, you finally found yourself in her. There you go. Good morning, Amelia. You've been on? I didn't see you. Good morning. Sperms. You're probably the guy that fills up the cups. Make sure you don't do what that guy did. Got in trouble. Right now, this is the Ultimate Chatters show. You're doing nothing but addressing the chatters. Why the hell not? I got nothing else to do. I guess I got a lot of time on my hands. If you want, we can go to the news. We'll do some more news. How's that?
Daily bread to do.
Alright, well, let's talk about Snowden. What do you think about him? That guy's been doing, still hiding. I wonder if the Russians have got him. They're talking to him and doing all sorts of shit with him. Who the hell knows? So Edward Snowden is the next story coming up. If it comes up at all.
I sent one to Derek and he never read it.
Oh, really?
You want it?
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Snowden eyes Latin. Well, that's an old one.
I'll send it to you.
That's a Latin American one. That's an old one. You got a new one there, Derek? I mean,
I'm sending it to you. Hold on. You gotta check in.
Yeah, Tower, why don't you come down, maybe? Instead of complaining that all I'm doing is chatting.
Or
come down.
Check your Facebook messages.
Okay, I'm going to check my Facebook.
And that's where the story is.
And here we go. Here we go. Is that the MAZ?
The one about Snowden.
Or the side? Oh, yeah, okay. Snowden. Status update. Snowden. This is on Snowden, folks. Edward Snowden meets with Human Rights Group. Oh, very good. Maybe that's a good idea there. Why the hell not? It says Edward Snowden, CNN team at the airport saw about half a dozen people, including Russia's Human Rights Ombudsman. I didn't even know they had one. Representatives of Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and Russian human rights groups entered the door marked private in Terminal E. Police and security officers are now guarding the door and keeping the media at a distance. A letter purportedly emailed by Snowden inviting human rights groups and others to a meeting blasted the United States for threatening behavior and carrying out illegal actions against them. Snowden's comments were made in an invitation purportedly emailed by him to human rights groups and other respected individuals, and posted Lakshina's Facebook, whatever that is. In a letter, the writer praises the brave countries that have offered him support in the face of what he describes an unlawful campaign by U.S. officials and the government to deny him the right to seek and enjoy his asylum. He also accused the United States of threatening behavior on an unprecedented scale, citing the temporary grounding of Bolivian President Evo Morales' plane last week. The jet, which had left Moscow, was forced to land in Austria after other European countries allegedly closed their airspace amid suspicions that Snowden was on board. Never before in the history have the states conspired to force to ground a sovereign president's plane to effect a search for a political refugee, the letter says. Well, I think he's going on the right road. But I'm not sure. Because, look, let's face it, folks. Russia has probably the worst freaking human rights. And now all of a sudden they're inviting him. How two-faced can you possibly get? I mean, don't they have those camps in, the hell is it where they send these people? Siberia?
The Russian front.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You know, you're playing games now. This is bullshit. And all these people from Amnesty International, weren't they the ones screaming bloody murder and wailing like a stuck pig just a few years ago over Russia's human rights record? What the hell is that all about? Why are they doing that? And snap in on this. What do you think about this shit? What the hell is so going on here? Why is Russia getting involved in this shit? Why do they even care? I mean, look, I think Snowden is somewhat a hero. I'm on his side. I think it's wrong that the United States is doing what they're doing. Why the hell is he going over? Why is he doing that? What's going on there? Why is he dealing with these people? What's going on here? I'm not sure right now. I'm not sure what Snowden is doing. He's been quiet for a lot of days. He's been hiding out in no man's land, which is bullshit. Because if anything happened there, like God forbid a bombing, you see Russian tanks right there. And they say, well, we're protecting our territory. Ridiculous.
That's your reminder.
Yeah. It's time for
That moment.
our daily bread. I have to calm down, folks. Once again, I have to go to God. He's the only one that can calm me down. Yes. Let's do our daily bread. The only one that can really help. Yeah, who wants to lay their hands on me? A lot of people, believe me, and not for the right reason either. But, this kind of relates to me. People thought I was Jewish for a long time. With the name Irving and the way I talk, who the hell wouldn't know? Who wouldn't assume? But the name of the story is That's Jesus. Written by Dave Brennan. As a Jewish kid growing up in New York, like me, whatever, Michael Brown had no interest in spiritual things. This is for you folks who have no interest. and think that what I do in reading the Daily Bread is just molded bread or whatever. His life revolved around being a drummer for a band, and he got mixed up with drugs. But then some friends invited him to church, where he found the love of prayer of the people to be irresistible. After a short spiritual struggle, Michael trusted Jesus as Savior. This was a monumental change for the wayward Jewish teen. One day he told his dad he had heard about the Old Testament text describing Jesus. His dad, incredulous, asked where. When Michael opened up his Bible, it fell to Isaiah 53. They read it, and Michael exclaimed, "That's him! That's Jesus." Indeed, it is Jesus. Through the help of Christians and the guidance of the Holy Spirit, Brown, today a Bible scholar and an author, came to recognize the Messiah of Isaiah 53. He experienced the salvation that changes lives, forgives sins, and gives abundant life to all who trust the man of sorrows. Verse 3. Jesus is the one who was wounded for our transgressions and who died for us on the cross. Verse 5. The Bible reveals Jesus, who alone has the power to change lives. God, I struggle with this idea of Jesus and Savior. I know he's a good man, but I need to see that he is more than that. Please show me, through others, through the Bible, how I can know for sure who Jesus is. The Spirit of God uses the Word of God to change hearts. And again, the Bible read in Isaiah 53, verse 4 through 12. And in Isaiah 53 it says, he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. There you have it. That's Jesus, folks. Not only in the New Testament, but he's mentioned in the Old Testament periodically. There you have it. Hope that helps. Anyway, that was a monumental change for the wayward Jewish teen. One day he was told his dad, oh, thank you, Plastic Canvas. Appreciate that. Putting it out there. Okay, Kiefer, you're back. Jesus a myth like Santa Claus, whatever. And I'm a whip that out. There you go, Rocco. Do that. Jesus always wins in the end, exactly. There you go. And don't pee on my religion. Hydroponic. Sorry. So he went against the Bible teaching by becoming a Christian. That makes, no it doesn't. No it doesn't. It's actually all interrelated there, DS. Let's put it this way. The Old Testament, and let me just say this in layman's terms so people understand. The Old Testament, God was talking to the Israelites as though he was talking to little kids. If you ever raise a child, you kind of have to really be strong on with them, you know? You say, don't touch that or I'm going to spank you. Don't do this or I'm going to hit you. Don't do that or you're going to get in trouble. And then when the child becomes a teen, older, you don't talk to them like that. You don't say, I'm going to threaten them. You show them love and compassion and patience. Well, God himself, he shows that in the New Testament. That's what it is. God in the Old Testament was a father who was, unrelenting in trying to teach his kids. And then later on, of course, with Jesus, he showed him his full compassion and love. And he was humble enough to hand it over to his son. And that's what it is, you know. Anyway, that's what we need. Those guys that come on and badmouth God, hey, say all you want. Because in the end, you're the one that's gonna, like I say, queefer boy, whatever. Like I said, with a name like that, it only shows how, and I'll say hitting on gays here, but you should call yourself Satan boy. Because that's what you like to do, propagate hate. Propagate that he's a fraud. How would you know? You never even heard of her, other than what you hear from other people. You probably never even read your Bible. Most of the people that condemn the Bible and bring it up that it's a fake book and all that shit, I always ask them, have you ever read it? Oh yeah, I read Genesis a little bit. Oh yeah, I read, Revelation. They never read it. They did was scam through it. That don't count. You know? Let's just put it this way. If you're going to know about God, get involved. Don't just make assumptions. You know? Don't make assumptions. And I would just say, Queefer boy, or whoever the hell you are, you stupid ass. You know, I'll pray for you. That's all I can do. The God will deal with you. You know? Not only is he ridiculous, but, you know, he's trying to, like stir up. But you know what? I'm going to be patient with your stupid ass. And all I can say is, yeah, well, he's going to come back. He's coming out with all these names. When he comes back, you keep doing your duty there, Plastic Canvas. I love it. You know, all I'm saying is, you know, you don't criticize God if you don't know. It's almost like you criticizing somebody you never met. You're an idiot. You have no clue what you're talking about.
You got the two things on your...
Anyway, moving on.
The word thing. Too.
We have what?
The word origin.
Okay, we have word origin coming up. And where is that? It's up above that?
Facebook.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's in there.
I don't see it, Ed. Is there another status update?
It's in your private chat on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, word origins. Here we go. And the word origin for today is black. 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 Black attack. All right. The usual Old English word for black was swart, source of modern English swart or swarthy, and related to German. Schwarz, black. But black already existed. Old English, blick. And since the Middle English period, it has replaced swart. Related, now extinct forms existed in other Germanic languages, including Old Norse, blacker, dark, and in Old Saxon, black ink. But the word's ultimate source was not clear. Some have compared it to the language flagera and Greek flagrin, both mean burn, which goes back to the Indo-European base flag, a variation of blag. There you have it. There you have it, folks. Black is the word of the day. I think we have another one, right, Ed?
Yeah.
Is that on my Facebook?
Should be above that.
All right, here we go. And the who said it first? I'm not sure where it is, Ed. I only see two chats.
It's in your private messages on Facebook.
There we go. Status update. Okay, who said it first? Beauty is skin deep. Of course, I always add on, and I'm sure you all do, but ugly to the bone. That guy Keith is ugly to the bone. How's that? All right, here we go. What the hell? What just happened? All right, beauty is only skin deep. Far from being a contemporary perception, the earliest known mention of beauty's superficiality came in 1613 when Sir Thomas Overbury, thought it was Overy, Overbury wrote, "All the carnal beauty of my wife is but skin deep, but to two senses known." Whatever. A few years later, John Davies of Hereford, in a second section husband, tidied it up the term into the form we now know and use. Beauty is but skin deep. There you have it. Who said it first? A guy named Overbury and another guy named David. What the hell? Anyway, we're going to close out with more news, I guess. Okay. This is a community that I know very well. I actually stayed there when my minister was here in Macon before he left to Virginia. And it's shots fired at home in Bibb County's Lake Wildwood. It's a beautiful community. It's very private. You have to go through security in order to get in there. It's kind of a segregated community, but of course, there's mixed races in there. Just make a point. Bibb County's Sheriff's Office is searching for 2 suspects after shots were fired at a home in the Lake Wildwood community. According to the news release, one of the suspects approached a home in Green Tree Parkway Thursday night and asked for the use of the victim's phone for help with a disabled vehicle. When the victim's roommate approached the door, the suspect tried to pull the victim out. He was unsuccessful when the roommate pulled the victim back in and slammed the door. Shots were then fired by a second suspect. No one was injured. Oh my God, it's terrible. That's like what happened a few weeks back where a guy was asking for water and shot up the house. You know, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Tower of London is gone. I guess he got bored. What else is in the news? Let me see. Shots were fired. Let's go to Macon, downtown. I don't know if we mentioned this, but the Patriots' former star was arrested.
Yeah,
Did we mention that too? Derek covered that. All right. Well, another football player in trouble. What the hell? Let me see. Oh, this is good. This is the one that we were talking about earlier. The citizens can influence the new skate park design, and that is a roller skate park where you use your skateboard, I guess. Skaters in Macon have 2 options when it comes to skating. They can go to Central City Skate Park downtown, or they can go home. Meeting tonight will start to improve that. Central City Park is open 17 hours per week, and the county is looking to provide skaters with a newer park. Skaters will voice their opinions in the new park's design, which Bibb County Parks and Recreation Development hopes to complete within this year. Clockwork Skate Shop manager Earl Freeman is attending the meeting at the Rosa Jackson Community Center. We're going to discuss what we see in the park, and we hope it designed and constructed. Everyone's shooting for the outdoor public concrete skate park. According to Doc Doherty, Bibb County Parks and Recreation Director, the county plans to put $200,000 towards the $300,000 towards the new park. Meeting is 5 and 8, and hopefully people will go to that meeting.
I got a story.
Actually, it was yesterday.
I got a story.
All right, you got a story? Bring it on, Ed.
All right. Officials at Death Valley say, please stop frying eggs. It gets so hot in Death Valley that you can fry an egg with sun power. That's what one Death Valley National Park employee did last week when she took a frying pan to the pavement and posted the video online. Park visitors were quick to imitate her, but they didn't use skillets and left gooey messes. The park then issued a plea on its Facebook page to crack down on the egg frying fiasco. Death Valley highs have been hovering around 120 degrees, and on Wednesday, the park marked the 100th anniversary of the world's hottest day on record, 134 degrees set there in 1913.
Wow. Well, they're frying eggs on the street. What the hell else again they do? Those people ain't got much to do. It's too freaking hot to do anything else. Make some scrambled eggs. Why do they always have to have the eggs frying like a whole egg? Why can't they do them scrambled? Why do you think that is? People don't like scrambled eggs. I happen to like fried eggs more. By the way, I want an update on Randy Travis. Thank you, Plastic, for this update. And that's what I need, guys. You guys got to get more involved. Send me some stories. I'll read them on the air. Why the hell not? Send me some links. Make this place more interesting than what I can provide. Update, 5:20 p.m., June 11th. That was yesterday, right? Almost 24 hours after Randy Travis suffered a stroke and underwent brain surgery at the Heart Hospital Baylor in Plano, hospital officials say there's nothing new to report and he remains in critical condition. He has, of course, canceled all shows. Oh, shoot.
What?
In the near future, among them the Craven County Jamboree in Saskatchewan, Canada. There you go, Canada, where he was set to perform Saturday in the Dixie Chicks, with the Dixie Chicks. He will be replaced on the bill by his old friend, Grammy Award winner Oak Ridge Boys. Joe Bosman called the Oak Ridge Boys. Joe Bosman called the news Thursday afternoon to discuss Travis and his travail. You know, they're so cold when they write these stories. They make light of it by using this kind of word, like Travis and his travail. Stupid. The last time Bonzo saw Travis was May 2nd, when the 54-year-old Tioga resident sang at George Jones' funeral service at the Grand Ole Opry House in Nashville. And he was clear-eyed, clear-headed, and singing great. And it looked like he was still lifting weights, like he could push over a small building if he desired. And we all know he's had some weird problems like last year, let's face it. But what Randy needs right now is our prayer. And I hope for those of you out there, you do pray. This is one of my favorite country singers, believe it or not. I used to listen to his tapes all the time. And he has a soothing voice, a wonderful country singer, and a lot of the songs that he sang were inspirational. And it's so sad, even when he was found drunk and naked, I felt really, really heartbroken for him. I really feel bad for Randy Travis. I hope he makes it. And thank you, Tube Dube. Let's see. Airman punished for objecting to gay marriage. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Tubey Tube. And this is from Fox. Of course, Fox loves to hate on anybody that disagrees with him. 27-year-old veteran from the Utah, no wonder. Utah Mormonville, right? Meanwhile, they marry 20 women. And they bash on gay. But yet they marry like, little girl. Like pedophiles out there. Bunch of. Utah National Guard said he was reprimanded after he wrote an email objecting to gay wedding in the West Point Chapel and was later told to prepare for retirement because his personal beliefs about homosexuality were not compatible to the military's policies. The military is trying to make examples of people who have religious beliefs that homosexual conduct is militarily wrong in the military. He said John Wells, then attorney representing Sergeant Lane Wilson. The end game is to force conservative Christians out of the military. No, it's not. No, it's not. Bullshit. Okay? Last December, Wilson wrote a letter to a person believed to be a chaplain in West Point. He stated his displeasure at the news of same-sex ceremony held in the cadet chapel. This is wrong on so many levels, Wilson wrote. If they wanted to get married in a hotel, that's one thing. Base chapels are a place of worship. And this is a mockery to God and our military core value. Yeah, you go out and kill people. What the hell? What kind of core values do you have? You're trained to kill. Kill people. That's what you do. And now you're doing it with like games, like video games. Now you have no no one-on-one combat anymore. You can do it from on a chair. Murder people. I'm not saying that for all the military, but that's what the military's about. You know, come on. You can't have it both ways. Last December, this is wrong, somebody like, whatever. Instead of responding in a private email, the commandant of cadets notified the Utah National Air Guard, or Air National Guard, leading to the accusation that he brought disgrace and discredit upon the Air National Guard, and his conduct was inconsistent with the Air Force. The Air National Guard determined that Wilson's email failed to render the proper respect to a commissioned officer. You are hereby reprimanded, the letter read from Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Tobias. As a non-commissioned officer, you are expected to maintain a standard professional and personal behavior that is above reproach. You have failed. The public affairs officer from the Utah National Guard told Fox News they cannot comment on Lane's case because of possible litigation. All right, now, if you want to say freedom of speech, go right ahead. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want to point out. When you're in the military, there is no real freedom there. You only have what the government gives you. And all I can say is, you know, yeah, in a politically correct new world order, they will come after you. And that is just a fact. And I'm not for it, I'm not against it, I'm just saying, look, you know, it really is a hard time in America, ain't it, folks? We're losing all our rights. Little by little, they're being chipped away. The fact that this military officer said what he said, let him say it. He's fighting for our country. I just hate the fact that he's using God and all this when, you know, when it comes to that, because the fact of the matter is that, you know, war in itself is somewhat playing both sides of the game here. I don't know. Yeah, that's because people are letting it happen, or if I know, people are letting anything happen right now. They're accusing young black men who wear low pants as being thugs, when maybe he's just a kid who hasn't learned yet. And, you know, who the hell knows? But all I know is that we can't even talk anymore without getting sued, or getting arrested, or getting caught up. And even this show. That's why I kind of warn you guys, be careful, because all this shit is going in some form, way, shape, or another to the NSA. And they're well aware of what the hell would, yeah. Don't up any signs either, I know. Just may get arrested for that shit. And believe me, they're salivating to arrest me here in Macon, Georgia, for sure. Thank you for this, Tubi Tubbs. InfoWars. Illinois representative called for truce in Chicago streets. Wow. That's going to happen everywhere eventually, folks. They're going to come into your home and check your home for weapons. And the military's going to take it. Who the hell knows what's going to happen in 10 years. Representative Monica Davis, the Chicago Southside Democrat, has demanded that the governor of Illinois deploy state police and the National Guard in the city's violent rack streets. I am requesting that this press conference that Governor Patrick Quinn order the Illinois National Guard and the Illinois State Police to come to Chicago and work with our mayor, Ron Emanuel, to provide safety for the children. Davis told the local CBS news station. I'm calling for the National Guard to come to Chicago and ride up and down these streets, she said. Davis suggested Governor Pat Quinn appoint a task force to guide the behavior of the National Guard. We don't want them to have us fearing them also. We want them there for safety and protection. The News Gazette reports. The 13th-term Democrat insinuated that recently passed concealed carry legislation will lead to more violence. I said to his staff that I'd like to meet with the governor and talk about this issue of violence, and then we can talk about this issue, Davis said. And I have yet to get a response. Of course, that's a pretty hard one to deal with. I mean, you're asking the governor to throw the military into our streets. And it's always about the children. You're right, Tubi, dude. But the problem with that is that people get very, very comfortable. And when you get comfortable and complacent, problems start to happen. All of a sudden, the military starts to shoot people up and say, well, it was justified. After all, you asked us to come in. We didn't ask to come in. And we're trying to protect it. And I don't know what we're going to do, folks, in the next 10 years. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. But a lot of police, if you notice, a lot of the police departments around the country are actually looking like military combatants or whatever. Military people. And, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm expecting. It is going to happen, folks, eventually. This country is going to be ruled by the military, just like they're now in Egypt. And if you notice, Americans not saying much about that coup that's going over there. That's a sure sign that eventually the same shit's going to happen here. Nobody's going to say a damn thing about it. And so our rights are getting really taken away without us even seeing it. It's like a magician. You know, before you know it, all our rights are gone. Very scary time, folks. But anyway, let's see what happens. And we're at 10:59. I hope you guys had a good time with our show today. And I know that a lot was said. After all, this is Flippin' Friday. We flip around and do somersaults and do everything. I agree with you too much. In a nutshell, the world has gone nuts. And yes, darling, I'll see you on Monday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you guys will consider loving up on each other. As our wonderful example, what is his name? The guy that had that show.
Mr.
Jerry Springer.
Oh, Mr.
As Jerry Springer would say, take care and take care of each other. This is like a Springer show here. You know that, folks? I just realized that. Yeah. Please. Thank you. And have a great weekend, folks. Don't get in trouble. Don't drink and drive. Don't shoot anybody, for God's sake. Even in self-defense. Try to figure out a way to calm them down. And be excellent to each other. May God be with you. And hopefully see you Monday. I'm still around. Good night, everybody. Good day. Ring the bell, right?
Дампакс. Теперь без протечек.